Today, an indictment was unsealed.
Welcome to Embers of Liberty.
Our country is strong. A great people has been moved to defend a great nation. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America.
In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
Inherently and historically oppose the secret society.
We, as Americans, have the capacity now, as we've had in the
decided
past,
long ago
to do whatever needs to be done
and unwarranted
to preserve this last and greatest bastion of freedom.
Far outweigh the dangers.
In this present crisis,
justify it.
government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
Welcome back to Embers of Liberty, where I completely fucking lost track of what I was doing because Kate's texting me right now that she's having movie night with the kids.
It's not your fault, Kate.
So
She's just a dummy.
They're watching the new Mario movie.
Man.
Sorry.
Peaches, 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 peaches. Ah,
Holy smokes. Probst is here on the spot.
Yeah,
Hey!
it's crazy.
What up, Probst?
Aloha, Probst.
Get off your laptop, Joe.
Go ahead and
got
bump
the
up
chat.
the mic auxiliary on the...
Right here?
Yeah, maybe that's why Joe says it's quiet. Just max it out.
Maxed it out.
There we go.
It's just when I listen to us on
See, I don't have that problem.
like when I'm
It is
running,
a nice flag.
when I'm running like machinery and stuff, like all my other podcasts I can hear over the
Probably
the
also
lawnmowers.
have like $1,000 microphones as well.
Well, no, I mean we have good microphones. Like we sound quality
Yeah,
wise,
our
we
sound
sound
quality-
But you know
really
what else
good.
probably it is too? We probably don't have our noise gate and our gain and
Could
all that
be,
stuff
yeah.
set,
Yeah.
So that makes a big difference.
because like a lot of my other podcasts
It
I can
does.
hear over equipment.
Yeah, but they have professional producers, and well,
No, not some of them. Some of
We
them are
don't.
just like I listened to one called the Dark
Trust-
Paranormal, and it's just him.
okay, yeah, but those guys have probably...
They're editors, they're people that come in and set everything up.
Maybe.
We're probably all professional sound techs.
this
We're just a
level
bunch
again.
of rednecks out here.
That
Nope,
looks.
that's the
Let's say that's.
wrong way. There we go. That's still not level, but it's better. Anywho, welcome back to Embers of Liberty, where we fucked around for like 15 minutes trying to get everything set up right, and
This setup is ever changing.
yeah, we keep changing it, but you know what? It's worth it. It's gonna pay off for us in the end. Lonnie, you like the dual monitor setup?
Man, I'm loving it. I know I had
Very
the last
nice.
time I was on, we had talked about
Yeah,
doing it
but this
way.
is the way that we want it.
This is it.
Probst said he invited another libertarian to watch, so we got to make this a good show. You showed up for a good one because even Joe's Conspiracy Corner tonight should be a banger.
Although he's got one that's in his pocket that he won't do.
Because he wants Lonnie to do it.
Well, I didn't know Lonnie was going to be here tonight, but this is actually kind of breaking news, kind of. I think it broke at the beginning of the week, but it's breaking conspiracy level news.
Look, I'm not going to do the Conspiracy Corner because it's Joe's Conspiracy Corner, but I will help you. I will talk to you about it.
I just wanted you to be here because you know more about it than I do, and I just want to make sure I get to do it justice.
Logical debunk with Lonnie.
Logical debunk.
See, I'm thinking. I say we split Joe's Conspiracy Corner up and do the deep mind with Joe because I like doing like stuff that's not just conspiracies. I like doing
Because you don't differentiate thought experiments from conspiracies, because
that's why I said they'd call it the deep
give them a
mind
stupid.
with Joe.
Hold on.
Stupid.
I'm a little rusty on this.
Also, he
deck.
retard him.
Hold on, man.
We do like paranormal stuff.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I I'm kind of retarded.
We're hitting it early tonight.
Because check it out. There's
no, you check it out.
A guy that I work with, he's into that kind of stuff too, and he said that there was a situation in Russia where they found these hikers or ripped apart, and they tried to say it was a avalanche.
Talking about the Dyatlov Pass?
Yes. And they said the trees are even radiated.
So were the people.
Yeah. So that's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's fucking Russia, dude.
I can dig the deep mind idea as long as it's cool. Well, it's Joe running it, so you might be a little sleepy by the end of it.
Yeah.
I think with some constructive criticism, we can make it good. Because
I'm not good at constructive criticism. I'm very destructive with my criticism because I will just tell Joe that he sucks dick.
Yeah.
But there's me. I'm actually pretty good at constructive criticism.
Maybe what you need to do, Joe, is you just need to actually work harder at it.
Listen, after this summer, more effort will be put into it.
You know,
don't make fucking promises you can't keep.
Look, we've been hearing some things from you, Joe, for a while now.
And they ain't happened yet.
I'm very busy.
You know what we haven't heard coming out of him for a while, though?
There you go. Even Probe said it. The key is just to be prepared.
Which you never are.
It's just what we tell him.
You know what I haven't heard out of him in a while?
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Dick stuff.
Damn it.
Foreskin.
He also hasn't talked to... Yeah, I was about to say, he hadn't talked about that
So, funny
either.
story. So last night, I'll start the weeks, okay? What is that knocking
Is that
sound?
Cody knocking?
No, because the door's unlocked.
Yeah, Cody would just walk in.
Yeah, Cody just walks in.
Okay.
What the? I think it's Bryson.
Okay.
Oh, fuck, I got spooked. I looked over and I saw a reflection in that door. That door's not normally open.
Yeah, that's you, Lonnie.
Yeah.
Lonnie got scared by his
Joe's
own
Conspiracy
reflection.
Corner. I live in a haunted house.
His back door is a portal to the other side.
Holy shit. Okay, so Joe has said something about foreskin, so I have to tell this story now because last night...
Did you try using the straw?
No, shut up.
What?
What are you fucking talking? Shut the fuck up.
That was interesting.
Shut up and let me tell my story, you dick.
Okay.
Talking about blowing it up?
Don't be a dick,
like a
Kim.
balloon.
Don't be a dick, Kim.
Don't be a dick.
Okay. So last night we have game night on Friday night with Kate's brother or the rest of her family because we're doing a Starfinder campaign.
Hey, wait. I don't want to cut you off, but let's just do our weekly rundowns and then we'll jump right back.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, he's telling his week first.
Oh.
Yeah, this is my week.
This is ass backwards.
This is pretty much it.
Listen, Lonnie. Dang it.
I wanted to do it before I forgot.
Oh,
okay.
Listen here, Bubbles. Listen here.
So anyway, last night was the week. So on the weeks that we've got the boys, we play like a small quest with her brother.
Yes.
So last night we were playing a game called The Quiet Year. And so in this game you basically take like a deck of playing cards and it's a week per card.
Mm-hmm.
So you go through and it'll have two things that'll give you an option of what to do and then you have actions that you can do. Now we drew a map of all of these things. And at some point, I drew a card that was like, describe the most majestic thing in the field or in the environment, and why is it dangerous? Or describe the most hideous thing in the land. I chose to have a land of flaccid, dick-shaped plants.
You were playing this with kids?
No.
I would have just showed like Lizzo on concert stage.
A field full of flaccid, dick-shaped plants. Okay. Josh said, "Are they circumcised or uncircumcised?" I was like, "Oh God!" So I had to tell him the story about
Joe and
Mr. Circumcision.
Professor C.
Professor X, who's obsessed with dicks. Okay.
That's why I said
my God, I called him Professor X.
That's why I called him Professor C, because it's Professor Circumcision. You know, he's all about circumcision.
So,
talking
have
about
you heard about the straw?
No, and I don't want to.
Yes, you do. You do know.
I do know
tries
about
to-
it.
he's
I'm just trying
trying
to not know about it. Okay.
he's
But
just-
anyway, other than that, I smoked some shotgun shells last night, which, if you don't know, it's like a sausage and ground beef mixed with cheese, stuffed into an uncooked manicotti noodle, wrapped in bacon, smoked for an hour and a half, and then, grilled
Get
at
in my
350 to
belly.
get the bacon crispy, and then brushed with sauce and
An uncooked noodle?
down the hatch. Yes, the grease from the meat
Yeah,
cooks it.
let's say it's gonna
Okay.
get cooked.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but like a raw noodle, like you couldn't just like heat it up and it get soft. Like you got to get.
No, you have to have-
No, that's
some
why
moisture.
it's stuffed with meat and
Okay,
wrapped
yeah,
in
the
meat.
Okay, I got you. Okay. I'm like,
Yeah.
how does it get soft?
Dude, they were super good. I think they needed more cheese, but other than that, yeah. But I don't know if I told you or if I brought it up on the show last week, but Kate bought me a smoker for Father's Day.
It is a nice looking smoker.
It is a very nice smoker, and I am very grateful that she listens to me and knew what I wanted. Because I got what I wanted, and it is nice. She's benefiting from it too, though.
And the grill's nice too, right?
Yeah. Well, I didn't get that yet.
Oh, okay.
That's coming, though, I hope. I love you.
She'll
And
let
then-
you, she'll
and
let you
this
choose something
weekend
from the
we're-
box.
I think we're gonna treat ourselves.
Yes.
seems.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's our. we're gonna
This
go.
this coming weekend, I wouldn't count on there being an actual show this coming weekend.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on.
Unless
outside of
there's
just a normal
unless
holiday.
there's something drastic that happens. But if we do stream next weekend, it'll either be gaming or we're gonna do it remote.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
you know
don't
how
wanna be
cool it
driving
would
out
be
here.
to do it at that cigar bar.
lounge.
Yeah, they're never gonna let us do that.
They have an
Anyway,
outside patio.
Yeah, they'd never let us do it there.
Sure they would.
Kate.
No, I didn't tell Joe about the box.
I don't know
but
the
now
details.
I've got to tell him about the
Yeah,
box
what's
because
the
you
box?
brought it up. You don't want to know what the box is.
No, all you said that one day was, "No, I'm not going to get to choose something from the box."
Yeah.
Then I was like, "The box." You're like, "You don't want to know."
You don't want to know.
I mean, I've got a box too, so I have an idea.
No, I don't have a box. Kate has a box.
I mean, when I say, I mean, we have a box.
Kate has a box, and I like the box.
I would say that's a
Nice.
sign of a healthy
Nice,
relationship.
dude. Okay. Anyway, so Joe, how was I'm okay? Let me finish my week real quick. Okay,
Yeah, come
so
on.
today we went and hung out with my grandmother for a little while. Took the boys out there, and then we went to a birthday party, and that was pretty much it. So, other than that, I was super busy this week.
Boy, they were wound up today.
Oh my god, I love them, but holy shit, man! Sometimes they do being a lot, and
Yeah,
they-
Kate says it means it's your box too. Duh.
yeah, shut up, Joe.
That's why I said it's our
Anyway,
box, man.
I mean, you saw me with them today, Lonnie. I mean, I gave all of them a hug and a kiss and told them I loved them, and
Yeah.
like I love them. But sometimes I'm just like, oh, if I have to tell you one more time.
So I'm terrible with their names. What's the oldest one's name?
Luke.
Luke. He was calling my name. I don't know if you heard this because you went into the other room. But he was saying my name. He was like, Lonnie, 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 asking me like,
Yeah,
50
he does
questions.
that.
Well, here's what's funny, and Kate will probably think this is funny too, because then he hops down off the couch, walks up to me, and goes, "What's your name?" And Kate was like, "You just said his name." And then he started.
I
calling
heard
me,
that part.
Then he started calling me something completely different, which
Yeah.
was hilarious.
Yeah, he's a funny kid. He's super funny.
was hilarious.
Dude, when he's acting right and behaving, he's a great kid. He's super funny. He's way funnier than he realizes, right?
Right.
But when he's not behaving, holy God. Like, dude, could you just listen to your mom? Like, please.
I think that's
That's a lot of kids.
that's kids, man. You want to reenact that scene
well,
from The Simpsons with Bart and Homer?
I get it, but at the same time, like, I expect it more from the toddlers,
Yeah.
not from Luke. Like, I
old is he?
expect him to start behaving himself.
How old is he?
5.
Oh no. That's the situation in our house too. Bryson is
Okay,
the one, and
Yes,
Beckham's like, I'll do whatever you say.
but Bryson has a reason.
No, I mean, there's no.
I mean,
He does.
but yes,
He does to an extent.
He
for
does.
sure.
he does have an extent, or
But like
to an
today-
extent, a reason.
Like today, we went to the pool because it was free pool day at the park, So we got in for the pool and splash pad for free.
Yeah.
So we're like, hey, we're gonna. But I was like, there's a lot of people in the pool, and I don't want to feel like I'm just like in like mild bath water with a bunch of people.
Right.
So I was like, we'll wait for a bunch of people to leave, and then we'll go to the splash pad first, and wait for people to leave, then go to the pool. Well, Bryson wants to go to the pool. He is just like, wow. I mean, he's like screaming. People are looking at us. Which at this point in life, we're kind of used to it,
Need your readers.
Trying to find the expiration date on this.
Does it not taste fresh?
It tastes that.
Does it taste a little too
It tastes
fermented?
weird. Maybe it's just apples. But does that taste weird to you?
Probably does.
Yeah, it don't taste as fresh or carbonated.
Well, if you're going from a bottle to a can, that's really not a good comparison.
No, they taste the same to me.
There's not a
No,
good
this one tastes more fresh and carbonated.
That does taste a little fresher, but
It's because it's can versus bottle.
Yeah.
normally I like them out of the cans better.
No, I like them out of the bottle way better.
Anyway, okay, so that was my week in a nutshell. Joe, how was your week?
It was good. Still got the best job I've ever had.
Very nice.
Oh yeah, dude, I like this job, man. It's
Very
pretty good.
nice.
Retirement is the best job.
That's a very nice.
No, man.
Look, I'm telling you right now, when I retire, I'm going to be stacked. It's going to be nice.
Oh, before you get too far into your week, also there's not going to be a This Week on Twitter this week. Okay, first off, let me explain this. I was by myself at work except for one day this past week. I was extremely busy at work. Normally, like, work is when I have time to scroll through Twitter and stuff sometimes. I didn't have any time this week at all. So that's why there's no This Week on Twitter. It'll be back next week.
You're forgiven, Justin.
Damn. That made my left ear
Even
kind of
though-
mute. I don't know what that was about. It just went, whoop.
But
Oh, man.
work's still going great. I'm busy as hell because I go to work until 2:30 in the afternoon. Then I go mow. This week, I don't know. I think I got dehydrated this week, and one day I just like, man, I'm
I ain't doing it. I'm tired of this, granddaddy.
yeah, I'm tired of this
Too
grandpa.
damn bad.
That's just too damn
Came
bad.
home and tried not to throw up, and
That's what-
I never threw up. And,
That's what Beth tells you. That's just too damn bad. Get out there and
Yeah.
mow, boy.
Pretty much.
But
Bitch better have my money.
Beth,
I'm going to decap your ass. Where's my money, boy?
Beth went out and
Mama
got me
needs a new purse.
Hey, trying to tell my week.
Yeah, we're just having fun right now.
Beth went out and got me some Mexican soup. It was delicious. It's
Very
called
nice.
Calmeron. It's shrimp soup. It's like shrimp vegetable soup or something. It was from Los Arcos. It was really
Beth,
good.
can you comment the name of this? Because I'm sure he's murdering it.
Yeah, probably. Most
But,
likely. Anyway,
That happened, and then not much. I mean, I do have a follow up with my CPAP stuff Monday, so I'm hoping that helps because I didn't tell you all about that. I finally went and had my sleep study done for my CPAP.
you told me and Kate about it.
Oh, okay.
I think you
Yeah,
told all
and-
of us about it.
And they said that
You weren't here.
my sleep
Oh.
apnea was actually a lot worse than what the original test said.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And she said that, like, even with the mask on, I would snore at first. They had the pressure down low.
Caldo?
Cambron.
Yeah, that stuff is good.
Caldo Cambron.
But
If it's got shrimp, I'm with it.
I'm not. Sad times.
but she said that she had, I mean, well, by the end, like, I woke up, like, probably about midnight, and that junk was blowing in my nose. And at first, I'm like, oh, shit.
Freak you out a little bit.
Yeah. But see, well, the cool thing about the machine, though, is when you breathe out, it, like, tones down a little bit. So that way it's not just,
Well, it's a pressurized
Right.
system.
And so it makes it easy to handle. But I got like the full face one that's like over your mouth and your nose. Because she was like, do you have like nasal allergies and all that stuff and nasal congestion a lot? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, you don't need a full face mask. I'm like, dang it. So I was hoping just for the nose one. And she was like, well, in order for that to work, you pretty much have to sleep with your mouth closed. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely a mouth breather.
I'm a mouth breather when I sleep.
Yep.
Cameron.
Yeah, Caldo Cameron.
Okay.
Good. But anyway, today we went to the park.
You already told us this.
Yep, went to the pool. Came home, took me a good old nap, sipped on a margarita, cracked the grill on.
Made some overcooked ribs.
No, actually, they're actually perfect.
They're overcooked.
They're not overcooked.
They're overcooked.
How are they overcooked if they're 165 degrees?
Okay, listen to me. It's not that.
It's not the internal. It's the
You
external.
you cooked them too hot.
Oh yeah, the bottom definitely. Yeah, the bottom definitely got too hot.
No, you cooked them too hot in general
Why you say that?
because
You're supposed to get them
You're
within like
supposed
5
to-
degrees and let them rest as well.
You're talking about cooking them low and slow. Well, I didn't have time to cook them low and
okay.
slow.
Yeah, that's why you don't do ribs unless you've got the time.
I like my ribs on the chewy side, man. I do. I do like my ribs on the chewy
You're not
side.
eating ribs. You're eating a fucking well done steak at that point, or a pork chop.
Hello.
Oh, it's Malik. What's up, Malik?
Malik is basically family of Kate's.
Oh.
He's at all the family functions. He's not actually.
Oh yeah. Beth said
Remember
you saw Justin's booty.
Oh
today.
yeah, I saw
That's-
Justin's butt.
I mooned Joe while he was at
Kate.
the grill.
Justin
That was a-
mooned me, and I mean,
Hey, give me some credit. This is a double man
This was
operation.
a double operation. Lonnie tapped the window to get your attention.
Okay, but listen
And
here,
it took
Kate.
you a good 15 seconds before
Kate,
you even noticed.
you need to make this man shave his butthole.
I'm not shaving my butthole.
Did you know
like-
how bad that would itch? Ugh.
It doesn't.
I
It's
was
not so
thinking
bad
about
once you get used to it.
First off, ew. Second off, shut the fuck up about my asshole.
You're the one that showed
My
it to
asshole,
me.
my business.
Yeah, that's my ass. It's my business. Fuck off.
So you remember when Malik showed up that one day and we didn't know who the hell it was?
No, I knew who that was when
Okay.
he showed up. It was somebody else.
Kate, I'm telling you, you need to get some hot
No,
wax.
you need to shut the fuck up
And
right
throw
now
it in
before I
there and-
beat your ass.
What, you don't
I'm
want to
gonna
be giving
beat
her
your
ideas?
ass. I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yeah.
You stood on the piano bench.
Yeah, dude.
He has
It's the
to
only
get
way I
high
could
enough.
get my butt high enough for you to see it.
Yeah, that angle was steep.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I saw the butthole.
You probably
Oh.
saw my ball sack too, but
No, I didn't see that.
You probably saw the hang dang.
Have you pooped today?
motherfucker tried to grab my hang down.
Have you pooped since your last shower?
Yes, I've pooped today. What the fuck? And this is getting
Everybody
weird.
poops, Joe.
Yeah, everybody poops.
I'm talking about have you pooped since your last shower?
Yes.
Probably. I mean,
Ooh, that means there's some debris.
Anyway, Lonnie, how was your week?
well, kind of give you like a rough rundown. Well,
Ida was sick. I know that.
Ida was sick. Found out she has febrile seizures. Scary, but
Oh yeah.
nothing.
But she's okay.
Nothing out of the ordinary. It's all fine. Been
Everything's
working
under
on-
Hold on, I'm going to address this real quick. Beth ain't see shit. She ran into the kitchen. So,
No, Beth heard the plan. She said, "Okay, I'm leaving." We said,
Yeah.
"All right." And then she even asked before she entered the room again, "Is your butt away?"
no, she asked if my pants were up. I didn't have my whole pants down. I just had
Well,
my butt
yeah.
hanging
I'm just
out.
glad you didn't follow my plants.
Next time I'm going to rub my ball sack on your plants.
I'm glad you didn't break my or break Beth's piano bench.
Dude, it's made for sitting
Anyway.
on. What's the difference? in
Anyway,
standing?
continue your week, Lonnie.
Yeah, so I just got the febrile seizures. Nothing out of the ordinary.
They got it under
Perfect
control,
man.
right? Everything, or is she having to take any medicine for that? or
No,
anything?
you can't treat it.
Okay.
It's very common. So it's just anything that lasts longer than 5 minutes is of a concern. We'll have to take her back to the hospital for
Okay.
testing. So
So if she gets another one, it's like a real quick thing.
they
you
said they
just-
usually, on average, last 30 seconds to a minute. Very common. They said a lot of kids actually have them, and a lot of parents don't even know their kids have them because, like, if your
They're
kids,
so short.
Well, that and also they're different varieties. So, like, if your kid was ever sick with a fever and they wake up in the middle of the night and they're confused and they don't act like they know who you are, like screaming and act scared of you,
Yeah.
that's actually a febrile seizure. It's just
wow.
a different form. They said some parents don't even know. They just think it's like a fever dream or fever-induced hysteria.
Speaking of hysteria, so Thursday night, I think, Luke was in our bed when I went to get in the bed and I had to move him. And I picked him up and he's just talking to me the entire time I'm taking him back to the bed and he's dead ass asleep. Like, I can't even remember what he said, but it was so funny. And I came back in there and I was telling Kate, I was just like, he's just talking up a storm. Like, dude's dead. like to the world, but he is talking to me. And one night, he actually was in the middle of me and Kate in the bed, and Kate got up to do something, and Luke started talking to me, and was like, "Hey, Justin," I'm like, "Yeah, buddy, I learned my lesson, Justin," and he's dead ass asleep. He has no fucking clue what's happening. "I learned my lesson, Justin," and I'm like, "I don't know what lesson you're talking about."
What
But
Lonnie?
okay.
What
What did Lonnie say? That
Are you talking about the
seizures?
the febrile seizures?
Yeah, that's what she's talking about.
Yeah.
And they're brought on by fever.
Yeah, and they said that they usually happen it doesn't matter the temperature. Like, some people think they're associated with high temperature.
Right.
Doesn't matter. When she had hers, she was still at 101 at
Okay.
her max.
I mean, to me, that's still a high temperature.
Classified medical is 102 or higher.
Okay.
But they think it's associated with the fever jumping quickly. And it basically hits the reset button on your brain. And that's what induces the seizure. Yeah, so I mean...
But she's fine.
Yeah,
That's
she's
all-
fine.
That's
Yeah.
the main
And they said,
important part.
They said it only usually happens once per sickness, and it usually happens on the first day of the sickness. And then they usually don't have any more. But... Yeah, she's fine. No issues. We did have to spend a night in the hospital because obviously
They had to figure it out.
Yeah, it freaked us out, and we were like, they tell you even if you look it up, which luckily it's nice that I have a mother-in-law who's a nurse practitioner, so we contacted her.
Oh yeah. My sister-in-law is one. It's nice to have those in the family.
So called her, and she was like, yeah, it's her first one. Take her in, and then we found out it was probably her second one she's had because she had one of those like night terror instances.
Right.
But she's fine. But other than that, I've been working a lot of overtime at work. Went to a baseball game Thursday. Was paid by the company. They rented out a concourse. So we had like nice seats. They had a buffet. We had drinks, beer. Everything was all paid for. It was pretty
man.
sweet.
Nice, dude.
It is nice.
But yeah, other than that, that's about it.
One day we'll do that for Embers of Liberty.
Yeah.
One day.
One day.
One day.
We'll have employees we can do it with.
And
But for now-
and me and Lonnie and Cody are all going to make sure it's nothing but shellfish on the buffet.
But for now, it's time to talk freedom things. Fuck yeah!
Cheers.
Oh, fuck, I'm
Oh,
empty.
god damn it.
That was out.
And one for the Trumpy going to jail.
Pour one out for the homie.
Okay, so I think the biggest thing to talk about this week is the fact that Trump has been indicted for the classified documents scandal at Mar-a-Lago.
Which is
And-
bullshit.
You know, I struggle to find adequate words for the amount of fuckery that is happening right now, because at the end of the day, they didn't prosecute Joe Biden, they didn't prosecute Mike Pence, they didn't prosecute Hillary Clinton.
Most of all, Hillary Clinton. She purposely hid hers.
She intentionally
She gave stuff
Hit
acid
hers.
baths. She busted phones with hammers.
she used bleach bit, which is like not even God can find these files, right? So I struggle to see how they're actually going to, you know, find him guilty of any of this stuff, given the fact that he was the commander-in-chief and he had ultimate classification authority. Now, Trump is likely to hurt himself in this, unfortunately, you know, and that's just how it is. So, like, they apparently have audio that nobody's heard,
Which,
even though they're reporting on it. Nobody's actually heard it in the news.
Listen here, let me tell you right now, with the amount of AI shit that's coming out right now,
Oh, yeah.
I don't buy it.
I'm not buying a single thing unless there's video evidence of him talking on hidden camera where you see him and
Yeah.
he's talking at the same time.
Even then, I still don't buy it.
It's a little more believable at least,
Yeah.
but we'll probably never hear it.
No, and that's the sad part. Like, you're going to hear all this stuff from the news. They're going to tell you all these things, but they're never going to hear the audio. We're never going to hear the audio. And you're just going to be told what the party wants you to believe. Ignore the evidence of your eyes and ears. That was the party's greatest command. Well, they're not even supplying the evidence for our eyes and ears.
You will get in line and you will obey.
We are from knock knock.
Who there?
We will ask the questions here.
Are you from the government? I do a terrible job.
I'm from the government, and we are here to help.
Get under the chain.
9. Speaking of which, there's a stray cat in our neighborhood that I have aptly dubbed Adolf Hitler. It has a Hitler stash.
That's a white cat with black.
Yeah. It's hilarious. It's Adolf Hitler, man. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. I struggle to find how they're going to actually convict on any of this. The main problem that I see happening is Trump shooting himself in the foot, as he's known to do.
It's possible.
He loves doing that.
It's possible, but
it's almost like he's got a fetish for it or something. Like, I mean, the dude doesn't know when to shut up, and that's the problem I've always had with him. Like, he just doesn't know when enough is enough, and he just keeps talking.
I'm not saying that there isn't a potential for it, but I will say that his address that he did after the news broke that he had been indicted was actually pretty good. I thought it was pretty well rounded. It was poised.
He's doing a lot of things better right now than he used to, but he's doing a lot of things worse too.
Yeah.
Like, riling up your base is one thing, but if this audio of you saying, I knew that this wasn't declassified, but I took it anyway, waving around papers, like, if that's real and you're saying all this shit, dude, you don't have a leg to stand on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you don't really have the authority to question whether or not the president declassified things, because he has ultimate declassification authority.
Now, and
there's
another
only
thing too,
certain people that have original classification authority.
Now, and another thing too that's also interesting about this, well, actually a couple things, and I know we had talked about it a little bit on the way over here. A lot of these documents that they say were part of what was there was his documents on Crossfire Hurricane.
Well, there's that, and then there's letters that are signed by, like, Kim Jong-un and stuff, and he's
dude, I'd want to take
these letters. They're super important to me. I just want to keep them because my friend Kim Jong-un, he signed them, and frankly, I think it's a great keepsake. So I'm going to bigly keep this document, and you can all fuck off.
And then they talked about, I did hear something that said that there was something about, like, nuclear codes and all this stuff.
But you know what? That was all the liberals just talking shit. And he's going to sell the nuclear codes to China and Russia.
But even, like, some of the stuff, like, some of their evidence that they were trying to, like, put it, they were like, oh, they found documents in his ballroom. They found documents in his bathroom. And I'm like, okay, first of all, Trump's hardly ever there.
Well,
and what do you think he's going to do? Go drop a fucking shit and read a classified document as reading material? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
No, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Also, the photos look staged. Like, the photos that I've seen of it, they look staged.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, Joe Biden had classified documents from when he was a fucking senator.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, pal, any way you flip that ain't gonna.
That
don't
doesn't
fly.
look good.
That dog, right? That dog don't hunt.
Yeah, that shit ain't right. That shit smells.
So the
bad.
first thing that I want to do is I want to actually. Okay, so I want consensus here. Okay, do we want to watch Jack Smith, the special counsel, say what he has to say about this, or do we want to look at the indictment documents?
Let's do indictment documents.
Yeah, let's look at this.
I don't even know who Jack Smith is.
He's the special.
He's a special
counsel.
prosecutor or whatever.
All right, so here we have the United States of America versus Donald J. Trump and Waltine Nata, who are the defendants. So go on down.
Who's Waltine Nata?
I'm not sure. So defendant Donald J. Trump was the 45th president of the United States of America. He held office from January 2017.
He still is technically the
he is. Until January 20th, 2021. As President, Trump had lawful access to the most sensitive classified documents and national defense information gathered and owned by the United States government, including information from the agencies that comprise the United States intelligence community, the United States Department of Defense. Going down. Basically saying that he gathered newspapers, press clippings, blah, 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 and stored those things in cardboard boxes that he kept in the White House. Among the materials Trump stored in his boxes were hundreds of classified documents. Let's see. So the classified documents Trump stored in his boxes included information regarding defense weapons and capabilities of both the United States and foreign countries, United States nuclear programs, potential vulnerabilities of the United States and its allies to militarily attack, and plans for possible retaliation in response to a foreign attack. The unauthorized disclosure of these classified documents could put at risk the national security of the United States, foreign relations, the safety of the United States military, and human sources on the continued viability of sensitive intelligence collection methods. So, go on down. I want to see the charges. Oh, go back up. Okay, so in paragraph 6 here, on 2 occasions in 2021, Trump showed classified documents to others as follows.
Oh, shit.
In July 2021, at the Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster, New Jersey, the Bedminster Club, during an audio-recorded meeting with a writer and publisher and 2 members of his staff, none of whom possessed security clearances, Trump showed and described a plan of attack that Trump said was prepared for him by the Department of Defense and a senior military official. Trump told the individuals that the plan was highly confidential and secret. Trump also said, as president, I could have declassified it, and now I can't, but this is still a secret. And then in August or September of 2021, weird that they don't know when it actually happened, at the Bedminster Club, Trump showed a representative of his political action committee who did not possess security clearance a classified map related to a military operation, and told the representative that he should not be showing it to the representative and that the representative should not get too close. Yeah, I don't buy that one at all.
Yeah, and also, why would... It doesn't even make sense. Why would Trump, first of all, tell... During an auto-recorded meeting with a writer and a publisher and 2 members of his staff...
While he knows
that there is a writer present, he already doesn't trust anybody, media or journalist.
So...
Why would he just be like, yeah, I have this, and, But, and also, it's kind of vague, because they say, until the very end, which is all circumstantial, unless, like I said,
Well, I mean, it is audio recorded, but...
It could be doctored. It's pretty hard to...
Okay, so my thing is that...
What I'm saying is, this whole explanation of this...
Well, the whole explanation says...
I can't, but it's still a secret. The last 2 sentences of that.
Well, also, it said the plan was highly confidential and secret.
True.
Not
but also the thing
was.
But he also says, as a president, I could have declassified it.
So, I mean, it's just... Sometimes Trump talks out of his ass. And I'm not defending the man. I don't want him to be president again. But at the end of the day, Hillary Clinton sent emails to Anthony Weiner.
Actually, with all the shit that's going on with Trump, I actually pulling for him again.
I say we just start over. 1776, all over again. Just start over.
Fuck it.
Where's my musket, boy?
Because I tell you right now,
Benjamin,
so
get the muskets.
So speaking about all this, two things. One, have y'all seen Chris Christie's response to all this?
No.
Basically, sounds like a Democrat running.
Yeah.
Basically, Trump built, he did this to himself, and he's put himself in this predicament.
Okay, so at the end of the day, he kind of did put himself in this predicament.
Yeah.
But
he was basically saying that the FBI was doing nothing wrong.
the FBI is absolutely doing something wrong because at the end of the day, this doesn't happen.
Exactly.
Right.
But
No, you don't prosecute former presidents.
Yeah, but he's running as a presidential candidate, and he's on air saying basically basically giving the FBI a round of applause for all this.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And it's like, dude, no, even if you're running as
that's not how this
either
works.
side, you should be pretty appalled by this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then another thing, DeSantis is also kind of rearing his politician side real bad. Because have y'all seen the AI generated false information that he's putting out about Trump?
I have not. No.
Yeah.
YouTube it for us.
He put out.
Well, let's finish this. And
he
then
had
we can
put
get
out
into that.
basically a smear type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was AI generated stuff and said, basically flat out lying, saying this is the real Trump. And then one of the pictures was Trump kissing Fauci on the forehead. It was AI generated. And this is why Trump wouldn't get rid of Fauci. This is the real Trump. And it's like, I can understand. I can understand just taking a dig at him because Trump's posted a picture of Ron DeSantis on a rhinoceros AI generated.
Yeah.
It's funny, but he's also making it a point to be taking a dig at him.
Right.
Yeah.
But when you're saying this is the real reason why Trump didn't get rid of Fauci,
Yeah.
and you put it in a political ad,
That's a little sketchy.
it's
Fair
a
enough.
little fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, this race is going to get gross.
And I hope it
fast.
does. Well, I'm here for it. I want to see
And
it.
unfortunately, for all the other people, they're messing with the wrong one to be trying to take
I think
digs-
so too. But
All right.
take digs at like that.
All right. Who wants to see somebody actually, they get into such a heated argument, they actually step out from behind the podium and, come at each other a little bit?
I want to see Trump and DeSantis fight.
Yes.
I want to see
That's how we should discuss. That's really how we should decide presidents.
real men win fights.
Not decide presidents, but decide
Throw him
who
in a boxing ring.
who we want to be president. We just throw them all in the boxing ring, and we all do, he did really well. I think he'd be a good president.
Okay, let's go through this some more. You can just keep on going. I want to see the charges.
I got that cherry Coke taste in my mouth from them ribs. That rib was really good.
Go on now.
Okay, I would see 15 boxes which contained 197 documents with classified markings.
You know what really pisses me off about this? Why didn't he take the alien papers?
So the funny thing is too, they're also pretty vague here, right? Because
Yeah.
classification markings doesn't necessarily mean classified.
No.
Because you can be confidential, which is not classified, but
Nope.
can be treated as such, but not always.
Yep.
And 38 more documents with classification markings.
Yeah,
Again,
they're not being specific
Now,
at
if
all.
they would say top secret classification
or secret,
or secret, yeah,
top secret SCI, or
there's a lot of stuff to this, and
they're not touching on it.
it's very, very
It's very
broad.
vague because they're trying to give themselves the best opportunity.
Yeah, this
for a
is very
conviction.
blanketed.
All right, go on down. I don't really.
Go back up. Go back up. It tells who not that.
Oh, look!
person
No,
is.
go back down.
Okay.
Classified information. Okay, go down. Top secret, secret, or confidential. So they're not telling you
What it is.
what it is.
So they're just giving you a description of what each means, but they're not telling you what those documents were classified
Right.
as.
But the media is spinning it as all top secret.
Yeah. So I mean, they're not giving you any idea of what they actually
Sensitive,
found.
Compartmented information was possessed, stored, used, or discussed.
I'm pretty sure that Hillary Clinton did that.
A lot of it.
I'm pretty sure Joe Biden did that too.
Control
I'm pretty
F
sure
and see. Hey, Control F and see if you can just like type in charges and see if it'll take us to the charges.
It's at the bottom. It'll just go on down.
We're
We have
just,
like 49
we're
pages.
We're just kind of skimming through right now.
Yeah, because I do want to skim through it and anything that catches my eye.
Why are you giving us a description of all these?
Yeah, that's why this thing is so long.
Administration is. In my administration, I'm going to enforce all laws concerning. Okay, where's the relevance here?
There's not any.
Why is this in here?
It's
What?
I mean, it's black and white.
But
Yeah.
You can't have a better quality black and white picture? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, see, it just doesn't add up.
Because, look, those boxes to me, they could all be empty. They could
Well,
just be-
redacted to obscure an individual's identity, so it has been modified.
Well, in my book, that means
Fake.
fake.
Go
But,
on
I
down.
mean, whose identity? Who the fuck's in there? Nobody.
what
Who
the hell is that? Is that a
identity
damn stage?
Yes,
It's
it's
his
a
ballroom.
stage in the ballroom.
Oh, gotcha.
Going down. Going down.
Oh yeah, from
going
the
down.
ballroom Mar-a-Lago. Yeah.
See, this is what I was talking about. There's still a little room in the shower and other stuff is.
Is it only his papers he cares about? There's some other stuff in there that are not papers. Could that go to storage, or does he want everything to be in there on the property? Yes, anything that's not the beautiful mind paper boxes can definitely go to storage. Want to take a look at the space and start moving tomorrow morning. Yeah, okay. See, it just doesn't make any sense.
For all I know, this could just be fucking empty boxes.
That could be in a skiff, for all we know. And that's the thing. Okay, so what they're doing is they're saying all this stuff about classified information. The problem with this is that you will never, as a normal American citizen, see what he actually had, and you are dependent upon the honesty of the media, lawyers, and judges.
We should go through and try to count all these boxes.
That's a lot of boxes. I don't want to count.
Wait,
those.
how many boxes did it originally say he had?
There was like 89 and then another amount somewhere, but
Yeah.
is what
I feel like this is more than what they're saying.
I mean, just this picture alone looks like 89 boxes.
Yeah.
Looks
Yeah.
like a fucking
It does.
like a wall at fucking shoe locker or whatever, the foot locker.
It also looks heavily redacted, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
So I and
Like,
then
what is
this
this?
shit, like, no,
This
that's
was not laying here like this.
No.
I guarantee it. This was a staged photo. They spread this
also
shit out.
that looks like magazine covers and
That looks
newspapers.
like, yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like newspapers.
Much secret, very classified.
Much secret, very classified.
Like, it just come the fuck on,
Nothing
man.
about-
Nobody's buying this.
Nothing about this makes any sense. And this isn't even saying that I'm trying to protect Trump. Like, I think if he's done something wrong, he needs to own up to it and he needs to do the right thing. But just nothing about this, it doesn't pass the sniff test at all.
Oh, it's something smells about it, but not what they want to smell.
Okay, look,
Declassify.
declassify it.
Figure out, yeah. What is that? See, as president,
This looks like
has
it's-
to declassify it.
This looks fake.
Yeah, it just. I've seen better.
Like this doesn't even look like a
skilled
real
writing
conversation.
in a fucking Junie B. Jones book.
Yeah.
Freaking robots make better conversation than this.
Chat GD. G, like
Chat GPS.
At the end of the day, this is all bullshit. Just go on down. I want to see the charges. There's like 37 counts
I mean, as
or
you
something.
like,
More boxes. Well, I think that's that same room that we saw.
I don't think so. Go ahead. Go on down. I don't care about any of this shit anymore.
I mean, we looked at what a total of 6 paragraphs total, and it
Yeah.
all just immediately just looks
It
like
doesn't.
complete
It
horseshit.
doesn't pass the sniff test.
Let's just go because he's got 37 counts that they're.
Yeah, there's
trying
probably
to-
like 2 or 3 on each page. So just go to page 40.
Yeah.
Count 37.
Holy shit! Never mind.
Skipped over that junk.
Skipped a lot of them.
Here, let's do Joe's thing.
Go count 1.
That was extremely loud. Can I not search?
Did you control F?
Yeah.
That's weird. It's weird. Control F.
Well, go on. Just scroll up.
FBI's redacted that too. Damn it!
Would you stop doing that?
I know, right?
1 through 31.
Okay. So, document dated May 3rd. Okay, hold on. General allegations of this incident are all re-alleged and fully incorporated here by reference on or about the dates set forth on the table below or somewhere else. Donald J. Trump having unauthorized possession of, access to, and control over documents relating to the national defense, did willfully retain the documents and failed to deliver them to the officer and employee of the United States entitled to receive them, that is, Trump, without authorization, retained at the Mar-a-Lago Club documents relating to the national defense, including the following. So count 1 is top secret, no foreign special handling.
So,
intelligence briefing related to a foreign or various foreign countries. That could be a debrief
anything
about a travel.
But I can understand. So they're giving the charges under this no foreign.
Yeah.
But the thing is, last time I checked, he was a U.S. citizen. So
right.
Why is this even a thing?
Well, because you can't share it with foreign nationals.
Well, I know, but
so
what other fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
let's see.
We got
intelligence briefing related to foreign countries, military capabilities of a foreign country in the United States with handwritten annotation and a black marker. Concerning White House intelligence briefing related to foreign countries, including military activities and planning of foreign countries. Concerning nuclear capabilities of a foreign country. Related to various foreign countries. Communications with a leader of a foreign country. Concerning military capabilities of a foreign country. Concerning military attacks by a foreign country. Concerning military capabilities of a foreign country. Military contingency planning of the United States. No marking. No marking on that. So how are you going to fucking...
How are you going to prosecute something that has no
idiots.
marking?
Pages of undated document concerning projected regional military capabilities of a foreign country in the United States. Foreign country in the United States. Foreign country and potential effects on the United States. Policies in a foreign country. Concerning foreign country support of terrorist acts against the United States. Military capabilities of a foreign country. Military operations against the United States forces and others. Nuclear weaponry of the United States, which is pretty common knowledge.
Formerly restricted data.
Yeah, so not even...
And it's secret. It's not even like it's top secret.
No. Details of attack in a foreign country.
It would be illegal, but still.
Military capabilities. Military activity. Well, this is all the same shit.
It's just so vague.
It really is, but it has to be. But these are from fucking 8 years ago. Not 8 years ago, but like October 2019.
It's
2024. It's
4 years ago.
Information that's 4 years old. It's not going to be valuable to anybody.
This
if
shit
it's
has
about
already
a foreign
been leaked
country.
in World of Tanks.
Yeah, probably. Go on down.
Next thing they're going to know.
I mean, it's about military activity of foreign countries and stuff like that. What the fuck is a foreign country going to do with that information other than know more about their enemies?
They're going to be, next thing you know, they're going to be like, and Donald Trump read these
so
while
conspiracy.
he was on the toilet.
They're trying to charge him with conspiracy.
Combine, conspire, confederate, and agree with each other. Known as the unknown grand jury.
Yep, going down. Going down. Going down.
Count 33.
Withholding a document or record. You know what? Fuck off. Presidential Records Act.
Count 34.
Corruptly concealing a document or record. Whatever.
Concealing a document in a federal investigation.
Yep. Going down. Scheme to conceal. Didn't Hillary do that?
She did. False
weird.
statements and representation.
Didn't Hillary do that too?
She did.
Oh, wow. Weird. Going down.
False statements and representation.
Something that Hillary did. Dun, 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 dun. Keep going. That's it.
That's it. Wow.
I see nothing there that warrants
Bombshell information.
any
here.
of this shit.
Max
Yeah.
term of imprisonment 20 years.
Here's the thing. He's not going to get convicted.
There's
no way.
I really hope he doesn't.
There is zero chance that he gets convicted of this.
There's what? Correct that.
Well, see, here's the thing, though.
There is 0% chance that he should, because the way that things are going.
But here's the thing,
If they
though.
want to watch this country rip apart at the seams, go for it.
Because honestly,
Because that's what's going to happen.
But how will he conduct himself in the court?
I mean, he handled himself pretty well for the civil case that he had a while back. He did pretty good with that. So I mean, I'd imagine
As long as he
I
minds.
never met her. She's a crazy lady.
I'm just saying, like,
I walked into the
hope-
barber store
hope
and
so.
she was like,
"Look at my boobies," and I was like, "Oh, those are very ugly boobies. You're not my type."
and she said, "Let's go to the changing room."
Let's not, because frankly, I don't want to see you in your
And a
underwear.
crowded department store.
I don't want to see any part of you, and frankly, I don't know who you are, and I'm married to a supermodel, so fuck off.
And your husband, I'm very sorry for him. I feel very sorry for him.
Anyway, okay, so now let's go to Jack Smith and see what this fuckwad had to say.
It's pretty piss poor if you ask me. Alrighty.
Check this out.
Fuck, wrong button.
God
Charging
damn it.
Donald J. Trump with felony violations of our national security laws, as well as participating in a conspiracy to obstruct justice. This
You look like you
indictment was
sleep
voted
in your
by a
mother's
grand jury of
basement.
Citizens in the Southern District of Florida. And I invite everyone to read it in full to understand the scope.
Hold on, didn't this guy lose appallingly in a case recently?
I'm not sure.
Pretty sure he did.
We can look into that.
And the gravity of the crimes charged. The men and women of the United States intelligence community and our armed forces dedicate their lives to protecting our nation and its people. Our laws that protect national defense information are critical to the safety and security of the United States, and they must be enforced.
Unless you're Hillary Clinton or Joe Biden.
Violations of those laws
Or Mike
put our
Pence.
country at risk. Adherence to the rule of law is a bedrock principle of the Department of Justice.
That doesn't apply to
And
Joe
our nation's
Biden or
commitment
Hillary
to the rule
Clinton
of
or
law
Mike Pence
Sets an example for the world.
on how to
There's one
prosecute
set
your
of laws in
political
this country,
opponents,
and they apply to everyone.
except
Applying
for
those
Democrats.
laws, collecting facts, that's what determines the outcome of an investigation.
No, it's not.
Nothing more and nothing less.
You're a liar.
The prosecutors in my office are
Hey,
among the most
we do have a
talented
new button. Pause this real quick.
and experienced.
That one is throwing up alerts. Like big time.
Yeah.
Big time alerts. Bigly alerts. Jack Smith, you're a liar. And frankly, you're disgraceful and fake news.
Damn it.
Disgraceful.
Trying to figure out
Lonnie?
what it is. I haven't been on
Lonnie?
this thing in
He hasn't been
2
on it in a
months.
while. Kate had it the last time he was here.
Yeah.
So fuck off, Joe.
Yeah. It's been a
I've
long
had it-
time.
One time, and I
Okay.
sucked at it.
Yeah, you did. You were really bad at it. Anyway, continue. We're not going to listen to this whole thing, but
They have investigated this case hewing to the highest ethical standards, and they will continue to do so as this case proceeds. It's very important for me to note
Did
the
you, though?
defendants in this case must be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt in a court of law.
no,
To
you've
that
already come
end,
to your
My
conclusion.
office will seek a speedy trial in this matter, consistent with the public interest and the rights of the accused. We very much look forward to presenting our case to a jury of citizens in the Southern District of Florida.
Bullshit.
In conclusion, I would like to thank the dedicated public servants of the Federal Bureau of Investigation,
Oh, I bet you
with
would.
whom my office is conducting this investigation, and who work tirelessly every day
100%
upholding
looks like
the
Sam
rule of
Kaplan.
law in our country.
No.
I'm deeply proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with them. Thank you very much.
Okay. So,
Yeah, he 100% looks like Sam Kaplan.
first off, I don't even know who Sam Kaplan is. And
He's-
second off, I don't care.
I'm just saying.
So, Malik said this works because most people will take it at face value and not look into it further. There are people who still believe he's a
Exactly.
Russian agent.
Yep.
And you're right. There are people who still believe he's a Russian agent. He's not. You're just fucking stupid. You're too dumb to look into it at all. We don't have to watch that. Because we literally just went through
Yeah.
the indictment.
I was trying to look and see if
Yeah.
I could see the difference in how much they're, throwing it on, trying to make it sound worse than what it was.
I don't care what the mainstream media says. And if you do care what the mainstream media says, you can go fuck yourself. So
And eat a dick.
Now let's compare and contrast.
I said, and eat a dick.
Oh, thank you, Joe.
Hey, I found the trick, by the way.
Which is?
Before you close out the video, just mute it, and it'll automatically come.
Oh. Well, look at you, smarty pants. You're going to set it to have a hotkey.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Good.
It's too much work.
This is real simple.
So we're going to take you back, way back to
Man, look at
before
that
Trump
face.
was president. When the investigation into Hillary Clinton concluded over her handling of classified information, like storing it on a private computer server in her home that wasn't,
No, it wasn't
cut
even in her
off
home.
from-
It was in like a.
No, it was in her home.
I thought it was in like an apartment.
It was in her home, where it had open access to the internet, and it's pretty certain that foreign nationals saw this information. Oh, and also they ended up on pervert Anthony Weiner's computer next to pictures of his wiener.
Wow.
I bet she even had.
I don't know about the next to pictures of his wiener part being true, but I know there were dick pics on that laptop.
I
Had
bet.
to be.
I bet she even had cookies on.
What?
The cookies on the computer. Like I bet she
Oh,
had
yeah.
cookies turned
Cashew
on.
cookies.
I bet she had them
Jesus
turned
Christ.
on.
I was so confused for a second. I thought you were actually talking about cookies, and I was like,
Relevance.
Listen.
standing? The fuck?
No, I was actually trying to make a legit funny point.
Yeah, that and now that I understand the joke, it is funny. She probably also had a virus or two, herpes.
She probably had.
She was
fucking
probably using
McAfee.
McAfee.
Yeah, McAfee.
God. No, McAfee is. That guy died because of the government. 100%. James McAfee.
Oh, he died?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it was.
he was suicided.
Yeah, he was Epstein.
I didn't know that. Last thing I saw about him was when he was trying to do that pharmaceutical thing down
No,
in
he
the island somewhere.
100% died.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, James McAfee was a fucking hero. I don't know if he was.
No,
actually
he was
hero or
a psycho,
not.
but
Let's say he was
Probably
also
psycho.
a fucking lunatic and probably brought it on himself, but still.
He probably actually did kill himself, but that's neither
I
here
say
nor
he,
there.
he did a lot of drugs, I'm pretty sure.
So I really want you to check this out because this shows you the difference in treatment when you're a Democrat versus when you're a Republican. Check it out.
Now let me tell you what we found. Although we did not find clear evidence that Secretary Clinton or her colleagues intended to violate laws governing the handling of classified information,
Pause it.
there is evidence.
Let me stop you right there. It doesn't matter if they intended to or not. They did.
Willingly or unwillingly?
Willfully did. Because if you're working in a government setting, you know the rules for
Yep.
classified documents.
That's
And you don't break them.
you don't have to be willing to be guilty.
Being ignorant of the law
I do
does
this
not make
training
you
all the
immune to
time.
the law.
do this training all the time.
Yeah, me
They
too.
were extremely careless in their handling of very sensitive, highly classified information.
Careless equals guilty
Yes.
as well. It is a punishable offense to be
Careless with classified documents. Yes, it is.
For example, 7 email chains concern matters that were classified at the top secret special access program at the time they were sent and received. Those
Weird.
chains involve Secretary Clinton both sending emails about those matters and receiving emails about those same matters. There is evidence to support a conclusion that any reasonable person in Secretary Clinton's position or in the position of those with whom she was corresponding about those matters should have known that an unclassified system was no place for that conversation. In addition to this highly sensitive information, we also found information that was properly classified as secret.
Stupid.
So she's guilty.
You just said the quiet part out loud, dude. They had to know.
We found no evidence, but here's all the evidence we found.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
We didn't find anything, but here's what we did find.
pretty fucking obvious. I mean, do they need to circle it and have a flashing red sign with an arrow pointing to it, say, "This is it"?
Okay, so, but here's the thing that stood out to me about that. Any reasonable person. He just admitted that Hillary Clinton's not a reasonable person. Weird. Continue.
Also known as a security risk.
By
Yes.
the U.S. intelligence community. At the time it was discussed on email. That is excluding any later up-classified emails. None of these emails should have been on any kind of unclassified system.
Yet
Their
they
presence is
were.
especially concerning because all of these emails were housed on unclassified personal servers, not even supported by full-time security staff, like those found at agencies and departments of the
You
United States
don't
government, or
say.
even with a commercial email service like Gmail. I think it's also important to say something about the marking of classified information. Only a very small number of the emails here containing classified information bore markings that indicated the presence of classified information. But even
Doesn't
if
matter.
information is not marked classified in an email, participants who know or should know that the subject matter is classified are still obligated to protect it.
Uh-huh.
And while not the focus of our investigation, we also developed evidence that the security culture of the State Department, in general, and with respect to the use of unclassified systems in particular, was generally lacking in the kind of care for classified information that's found elsewhere in the U.S. government. With respect to potential computer intrusion by hostile actors, we did not find direct evidence that Secretary Clinton's personal email domain, in its various configurations since 2009, was hacked successfully. But given the nature of the system and of the actors potentially involved, we assess we would be unlikely to see such direct evidence.
It'd be kind of hard to prove that on an unsecured system because you could just give somebody a fucking password with no real identifying information to tell who logged in or
from
not.
her personal account.
Okay,
We
so
also assess that Secretary
at the end of the day, he's going to tell you, I don't recommend pressing charges. So you're telling me that the woman who didn't have ultimate classification authority and couldn't declassify anything that she herself did not classify doesn't deserve charges for breaking the law, but a person who did have those powers does deserve it?
So basically what he's saying, Justin, is he doesn't want to get suicided.
No, basically what he's saying is rules for thee, but not for Hillary.
Yeah, basically he's saying I ain't doing a damn thing. Why? Because I don't
Right.
want to.
It's just like with the whole PJ thing. I'm not going to fight you because, well, I don't want to. But, FAFO. Now, also, Hillary decided to do some things. We'll just show this real quick.
It just pisses me off to see her.
So all you have to do is put the headline up on the screen. Hillary Clinton responds to the Trump indictment with "but her emails" merch pitch. You know what? Fuck you. You're throwing it in the American people's face that you got away with this and Trump isn't getting away with it. Like, that's what you're doing.
Yeah. So
And you know what, Hillary? Fuck you.
Eat a dick.
Thank you, Joe.
But I hear that she's not into dicks.
Give it a
Where's that at?
It's over on the side somewhere.
I heard she's actually into women.
Not because she's into women. Anyway, so and then if you want to get even deeper into this, let's go to the next video there. You know, this is just the difference.
Does this have the deuce in it?
Yes, it does. This is just the difference in Democrat versus Republican. So check this out.
Remember who in God's name we are. You've heard me say it many times. This is the United States of America. There's nothing.
It didn't
nothing
start where it
beyond
was
our
supposed to.
capacity
Skip forward a
work
little bit.
together.
He was like, United States of America.
Go back. Go back.
Troops.
Mr. President, thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President,
Okay.
classified material next to your Corvette. What were you thinking?
Let me,
This is why we love
The deuce always delivers.
So, in a garage that his son Hunter had access to because his son Hunter was living there at the time.
And he had crack whores over.
I really want a shirt.
Also, before he was president, because all of these documents originated prior to him being president.
Oh yeah, which means you have no
which means
reason
you
at all.
couldn't declassify them, and it's illegal for you to remove them from a classified lab or a skiff. So you're going to need to explain how you're not getting prosecuted for that one. Go ahead.
I'm going to get a chance to speak on all this, God willing, soon. But as I said earlier this week, people, and by the way, my Corvette's in a locked garage. Okay?
Wow.
So it's not like you're sitting out in the street. But at any rate,
It's a garage.
yes, as well as my Corvette.
Yes, as well as my
But,
Corvette.
as I said earlier this week, people know
It's enough
I
of
take
this.
classified documents and classified material seriously.
No, you don't.
I also said we're cooperating fully and completely with the Justice Department's review.
Yeah, because they didn't have to
Part of
fucking
that
raid your
process,
house because you
my
didn't
lawyers
sick the
reviewed
FBI
other
on them,
places
on
where
yourself.
documents in my, from my time as vice president were stored, and they finished the review last night. They discovered a small number of documents of classified markings in storage areas and file cabinets in my home and my personal library.
My
This was done in the
ass.
case of the Biden Penn
Pretty
Center,
much.
this was done in the case of the Biden Penn Center. The Department of Justice was immediately, as was done, the Department of Justice was immediately notified, and the lawyers arranged for the Department of Justice to take possession of the document. So you're going to see, we're going to see all this unfold. I'm confident. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I'm Steve Deuce.
Now,
I want a shirt that says Peter Ducey is America's deuce.
anyway, and now this last
No,
one.
the one what I would have if I had a shirt, it would say Deuces #1.
Yeah. Yep. Why is it not starting where it's supposed to start?
Hold on, let me try something here.
Yeah, it's started. Well, no. Hold on.
I mean, it's 1 minute long.
I think it's like 11 seconds in.
Bingo. We can try it.
Yep, go for it. Check this out.
They set up an office for me.
Nope.
Secure office
Go
in the
back.
Capitol. Documents and classified information.
No, just go ahead and go back all the way to the start.
I want to
Sorry.
get rid of the easy one first. People know I take classified documents and classified information seriously.
No, you don't.
When my lawyers were clearing out my office at the University of Pennsylvania, they set up an office for me, secure office in the Capitol. The 4 years after being vice president, I was a professor at Penn. They found some documents in a box, a locked cabinet, or at least a closet. And as soon as they did, they realized there were several classified documents in that box. And they did what they should have done. They immediately called the archives, turned them over to the archives, And I was briefed about this discovery and surprised to learn that there were any government records that were taken there to.
So, what's interesting here is the same thing's being said from both people.
Yep.
But only one person is being believed and the other person is being targeted.
Yep.
So he was an adjunct professor.
Yeah. He wasn't a professor there. He didn't teach anything.
He did teach, but he was an adjunct professor.
No, he didn't teach anything, I guarantee you.
He was like, let me sniff you.
You can't even fucking talk. How can you not teach anything?
Come here, kids. Let me smell you. Anyway, continue.
To that office. But I don't know what's in the documents. My lawyers have not suggested I ask what documents they were. I've turned over the boxes.
And why take them?
Turned over the boxes to the archives, and we're cooperating fully with the review, and which I hope will be finished soon, and there'll be more detail at that time.
Wow.
Then why take them?
Yeah, exactly.
This sounds oddly familiar. Sounds like exactly what Trump said.
It does, doesn't it? So
why is he getting the everything in the kitchen sink thrown at him?
At the end of the day, I think that this is just the uniparty going after Trump. They see Trump as a threat. That one started where it was supposed to.
I think we should take this time to take a break and tell everybody that if you haven't done it yet.
Okay, first off, you fucking suck at this. So
somebody got to do it.
If you're enjoying the content, if you like what we're saying, if you're following along, and if you want to learn more about the way that libertarians look at things, give us a like. Leave us a comment. It helps with the algorithm. It does.
Share it.
Share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel. And smash that bell icon. You'll always be notified when we go live. Which is typically Saturday nights at 8 o'clock.
Central time.
Central Standard Time.
Unless it's, tonight.
So,
Started a little late.
Yeah, we started a little bit late, but we've been starting late the past couple of weeks, so just because of the new setup, everything has changed so much and it's hard to get everything really going.
It's a work in progress. It's slow.
I need to sit up more. I realize that I'm not looking up and people can't even see my face. Not that you would want to see my face because I'm ugly, but, Anyway, so, moving on, this next one, give it an alert. Tim Scott, presidential candidate for the GOP, who I really like. We talked about him before. I think he's more running to be Trump's vice president than he is to be president himself, but I would vote for him as president probably. Went on The View. And
oh, boy.
Of course, they
disgraceful
hit a nerve. Because if you don't know, Tim Scott is a black man, and Tim Scott don't play no shit. So let's take a look at this.
I'm ready.
Okay, Senator, I am actually happy that you're here. We have some things in common. You grew up in a single family household, single mother household. I grew up with both of my parents, but raised in the Bronx projects amidst a lot of poverty and violence. And you are the first black senator elected in the South since the Reconstruction. That would be about 114 years. Yet you say that your life disproves leftist lies. And
yes.
My question to you is, I'm the exception, right? You're the exception. Maybe even Miss Whoopi Goldberg is the exception.
Oh, she's definitely the exception.
But we are not the rule. And so when it comes to racial inequality, it persists in 5 core aspects of life in the U.S. Economics, education, healthcare, criminal justice, and housing. At nearly every turn, these achievements were fought, threatened, and erased, most often by white violence. You have indicated that you don't believe in systemic racism.
Was it, though?
What is your definition of systemic racism?
Let me answer the question that you've answered.
Or does it even exist in your mind?
Let me answer the question this way. One of the things I think about, and one of the reasons why I'm on the show, is because of the comments that were made, frankly, on this show, that the only way for a young African-American kid to be successful in this country is to be the exception and not the rule. That is a dangerous, offensive, disgusting message to send to our young people today, that the only way to succeed is by being the exception. I will tell you that if my life is the exception, I can't imagine.
But it is.
But it's not, actually. It's
been 114 years.
Yeah, so the fact of the matter is we've had an African-American president, African-American vice president. We've had 2 African-Americans to be secretaries of the state. In my home city, the police chief is an African-American who's now running for mayor. The head of the highway patrol for South Carolina is an African-American.
Still
in
exceptions.
In 1975,
no, it's not.
There was about 15% employment in the African-American community. For the first time in the history of the country, it's under 5%.
40% homelessness.
And 50%
of African Americans.
50% of the folks in our community
Get 13% of the population.
You had the chance to ask the question. I know that I've watched you on the show that you like people to be deferential and respectful, so I'm going to do the same thing.
True.
So here's what I'm going to suggest. I'm going to suggest the fact of the matter is that progress in America is palpable. It can be measured in generations. I look back at the fact that my grandfather, born in 1921 in Sally, South Carolina, when he was on a sidewalk, a white person was coming, he had to step off and not make eye contact. That man believed then, with some doubt now, in the goodness of America, because he believed that having faith in God, faith in himself, and faith in what the future could hold for his kids would unleash opportunities in ways that you cannot imagine. Every kid today can look, just change the stations and see how much progress has been made in this country. ABC, NBC, CBS, ESPN, CNN, Fox News all have African-American and Hispanic hosts. So what I'm suggesting is that the yesterday's exception is today's rule. And for us to suggest...
America has met its promise.
No, of course, the concept of America is that we are going to become a more perfect union. But in fact, the challenges that we faced 50 years ago and 60 years ago should not be the same challenges that we face today. And here's the way that you measure that. When my mother was born, about 10% of African Americans got a high school degree, diploma. Today, it's over 90%. When you look at the income, success that we've had...
That's an HBCU stat.
Well, listen, HBCU stat is a good one, because one of the reasons why I took the funding for HBCUs to the highest level in the history of the country, and then I helped make it permanent, is because I believe that education is the closest thing to magic in America. So I'm about making sure that our kids have as many opportunities to succeed as possible. It's one of the reasons why...
I need an opportunity to succeed, because I have to go to... They're begging.
We have more time, though.
They're begging. You're coming.
I'm just getting started.
I know.
I believe all people can see the success that I've had.
You know, I
he got some MLK going on there.
Interesting.
Give that man a round of applause.
And you know what?
If I was to vote Republican,
I'm gonna give him one of these.
No,
you got to do it.
Yeah.
There you go. If I voted Republican, it would be for that man.
Yeah.
It'd be for that man.
It's so funny.
That's who I want to be president.
It's so funny that he was
Republican.
literally up there spitting fire, and then they want to cut him off.
Yep.
Because they're like, oh no, this message can't get out to people.
If there's systemic racism, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, the systemic
but it's
racism...
not racism. It's partyism.
But the systemic racism narrative is how they control everybody.
Exactly.
They keep you divided.
Was there any more to this?
Controlled.
No.
Okay, I didn't think
Tim Scott is the freaking man.
That main clip, because that clip actually went pretty viral.
Oh, speaking of which, people who are running, did you see that Dr. Cornel West announced his run for presidency?
I did not.
Yep. I saw the video where he did it.
Is that the dude with the buck teeth?
Yep. With the afro.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Yep. Fuck that guy.
Fucking doofus.
So, anyway, Tim Scott has officially destroyed The View.
Yeah. Good.
And, you know,
I'm here for it.
maybe they'll have the alert come up when they try to schedule a Republican next time. Maybe they'll have the alert. I like that one. I like that button.
I like that button.
Yep. Now, another alert. The Unabomber has died in prison.
Dun, dun, dun.
So...
We need that sound too. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. So he was 81 years old. He was found dead in his prison cell. So let's let this play.
Known as the Unabomber, died while serving 4 consecutive life sentences, decades after his reign of terror gripped the nation. Ted Kaczynski, the one-time mathematics prodigy, became infamous for eluding authorities. The only clue to his identity? This sketch, made after a witness saw him planting a bomb. Kaczynski played a deadly cat-and-mouse game with the FBI in a nationwide bombing campaign that stretched 17 years, becoming one of the Bureau's longest and most expensive investigations ever.
The FBI, the other agencies involved, are working on this with as much diligence as I've ever seen in an investigation.
His first homemade bomb detonated in 1978 at Northwestern University, injuring a security guard. The FBI would dub him a twisted genius for mailing or hand-delivering 15 more bombs over the years. His devices killed 3 and injured nearly 24 more, all while puzzling investigators for leaving behind no traceable evidence. In 1995, the Unabomber Task Force asked newspapers to publish a manifesto Kaczynski mailed them, hoping it would generate new leads. It did, when David Kaczynski recognized the thinking of his brother and reported him to the FBI.
It wouldn't have been right to allow him to hurt anyone else. He had to be stopped in some way, and that was the only way I could think to stop him.
On April 3rd, 1996, investigators arrested Kaczynski at his tiny cabin near Lincoln, Montana. There, they found journals detailing his crimes, just $32.80 to his name, and something else.
Federal agents have turned up a live bomb at the home of the man the government believes is the Unabomber.
Kaczynski's campaign of fear.
Oh, it's the white Bronco, man. OJ?
Ultimately, in 1998, he said he was, pleading guilty and spending the rest of his life in prison. Dana Griffin, NBC News.
He don't seem too phased by that.
Because he wasn't. He was fucking evil.
But dude, think about this. Think about the idea of having to turn in your brother. You know he's going to prison for life.
I'd do it in a heartbeat.
I mean, if he's a piece of shit.
I'm just saying though, but he's still your brother.
Okay, so that's like if I found out that you were diddling kids.
Yeah,
I'm turning you in.
You can get diddled in prison for all I care.
And you can get diddled with a broom handle in prison.
I'm just saying. I don't know, man. He's your. I mean, I'm going to turn you in. I'm just saying, it would feel bad though. You know what I mean? Because it's your brother.
Yeah, you're a piece of shit.
So, rotten hell, Unabomber.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Any
seconds to that one?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, rotten hell.
I mean,
also, fuck you.
Eat a dick.
Thank you, Joe.
Sure, he ate a lot.
He probably did. Or he creeped everybody out enough that they left him alone.
They're like, this dude might blow up on me.
Yeah, literally.
he may
spontaneously combust.
Yeah. This motherfucker ingested a bomb. Anyway, so now we move on to another scandal in the Biden area.
Oh, which also makes this Trump indictment
which
a little more suspicious.
Makes the Trump indictment a lot more suspicious. So, some members of Congress have now seen the document alleging that Biden partook in a pay-for-play scheme.
Not just him.
And his family. So, let's check this out.
The FBI set to bring a document to Capitol Hill today that allegedly implicates Joe Biden in a criminal bribery scheme from his time as vice president. The chairman and ranking member of the House Oversight Committee will be able to view it in a secure room, but House Republicans are still keeping the pressure on FBI Director Christopher Wray.
We have a responsibility oversight. If they do not comply and allow every person on oversight, Republican or Democrat, that's their responsibility as members of Congress, to see this document, I will move contempt charges against the director.
Florida Congressman Corey Mills joins me now. Congressman, great to have you here. Just by way of reference, Fox News exclusively reporting that the individual behind the information that Biden was involved in a bribery scheme, criminal bribery scheme, is a foreign national who has highly credible FBI, is a highly credible FBI confidential human source who has been used by the Bureau in multiple investigative matters dating back to the Obama administration. So, is McCarthy's view that this should be not just viewed in the skip, but should be...
So, not only was this person credible, but they were paid lavishly for their information. That's how the FBI saw their information.
Yeah.
Like several $100,000.
Yes.
Because their information was
And
so good.
probably also because they're like, you probably should go hide.
Well, and that's the thing. So, like, this whistleblower doesn't want to come forward because they're afraid that they're going to be suicided, which is a valid concern, given that.
Oh yeah, I would take that. I would probably leave the United States, or at least go to
he's
like.
They just said he's a foreign
okay.
person.
I would go to somewhere very remote.
They are.
So
I would go somewhere very remote that I could see people coming from a long way off.
Yeah. So continue.
Review by everybody. Is that the prevailing sentiment from all people on Congress?
Yeah, absolutely, Todd. And thanks for having me back. Look, the bottom line is that these unclassified documents, which clearly alludes to having a over $5 million pay for play with then Vice President Biden and his Biden crime family, this document, Federal Document 1023, should be provided to the entire Oversight Committee. This is a very similar tactic that you're seeing out of the Biden administration. I sit on the Armed Services Committee and the Foreign Affairs Committee. We are seeing the exact same thing from Secretary Blinken when it comes to our Foreign Affairs Committee and the dissent cables that was sent with regards to the Afghan botched withdrawal. So we are looking at probably not just holding in contempt the Christopher Wray, but also possibly Secretary Blinken. This is a continuation of not wanting to provide documentation to Congress, which is within our actual rules and responsibilities for oversight. I think that this needs to move forward. I think that we need to start setting a precedence that if you do not follow the congressional inquiries, that we will follow this up with actual action.
In the end, will Republicans be closer to exposing the Biden family scheme after today?
I truly believe that they will. And Chairman Comer has said multiple times, when he went in and talked to Secretary Yellen about the bank files and the things that were actually going on, he was told he wouldn't find anything. What he actually found with the Oversight Committee was a spider web of LLCs that they were routing and laundering money through. And these were individuals who were actually within the Biden family, about 5 members who had already received almost $5 million to get foreign policy plays for then Vice President Biden. This is obviously showing the corruption. We know that his family has received payments from China. We know about the money that had come out of Moscow from the mayor's wife to Hunter Biden. We know the billions that came out of the Chinese to Hunter Biden, but now we're finding out that not just Hunter, but his brother James and the rest.
See, this is the problem, right? So, like, all of this stuff is starting to come out, and every time something like this comes out, something happens to Trump. Because, and so my theory is that they're not necessarily protecting Biden. They're protecting Obama.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the vice president doesn't make policy.
Yep.
The president does.
Mm-hmm.
They were essentially paying for access to someone who had access to the president.
Yep.
Which means Biden was pumping policy decision-making ideas to Obama.
Well, Biden probably wasn't. Someone.
Well, yeah.
Was in there
Biden is.
Because
Biden is dumb.
He's about as dumb as his fucking table.
He's about as useless as the 50-something years that he's spent in government.
He's about as useless as tits on a boar hog.
Indeed.
Yeehaw!
At this point, he's probably sweating like a whore in Sunday Mass.
Yeah. Are we watching any more
So,
of this? Or is this...
no, I think we can go ahead and go on to the next one. Actually, we can skip the next one because it's just James Comer. And really the only reason I put it in there is because it's another one of those stop throwing shit at a wall, hoping it sticks.
Yeah.
Like either put up or shut up. You say there's more documents. Let's see them.
Yeah.
I want to see more documents if there's more documents. If there's not, then shut the fuck up about it.
Fucking nut up or shut up, baby.
Now, this one, however, the White House is getting asked point blank about the report.
Should be very dodgy.
On the House oversight investigation, please. As you know, on May 10th, they issued a report showing that the Biden family allegedly funneled $10 million into their bank accounts while Joe Biden was vice president. Members of the committee have said There may be several national security concerns at hand here with their alleged ties to the foreign countries. Admiral, have you read the report yourself, and do you personally think that there are any national security concerns here?
No and no.
Good.
Thank you, Karim. So nice of you. In a letter to the President, 6 congressmen requested urgent action to stop human rights abuse by Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Also urged President Biden for measures including stricter individual section and to give the people of Bangladesh the best possible chance for a free and fair parliamentary election. What is your response about these lawmakers' recent letter to the President?
Look, we've been consistent, and I'm aware of the communication. We've been...
Go back, because I missed it because I was paying attention to what you were doing.
Oh, blame me.
I was literally watching what you were doing, and I just zoned out.
Oh, right here.
Yep.
National security concerns at hand here with their alleged ties to the foreign countries. Admiral, have you read the report yourself, and do you personally think that there are any national security concerns here?
No and no.
No and no. So, hold on.
I haven't read it, but I don't think there's a concern.
I haven't read it. I'm not concerned by it, just like Joe said. So, you're not doing your job.
So, we are in great hands, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
great hands.
fantastic. Perfect hands. Probably the most perfect
and
tiny
he's,
hands has ever existed.
And who's this? I forgot. Who's this guy again? Just
that's Blinken.
Oh, Anthony Blinken.
Yep.
And what is he technically in charge of? Man, just tell me. What is Anthony Blinken in charge of?
Why don't you just look it up?
He don't blink very much for blinking.
Stupid.
That is not Anthony Blinken.
That is not Anthony Blinken. I thought that was Anthony Blinken.
Comey, isn't it?
See, I thought that was like James Comey.
No, that's not James Comey. James Comey doesn't work for the government anymore.
James Comer. No?
No, James Comer is the guy that was... throw a shit at the wall hoping it sticks. Does it not say? John Kirby. Damn it.
See? So don't be looking at me.
Yeah, I thought it was...
So he's assistant to the Secretary of Defense for Public Affairs.
Yeah.
So basically, he don't give a shit about the public defense.
Basically, he's a useless person.
Yes.
So, anyway.
So he can... So he can...
No, that's not how this works.
Damn it. He can eat a
Kirby.
dick. He can eat a dick.
Fuck you, Kirby.
Eat a dick.
Thank you, Joe.
All right, so they
That's
said
not how this works.
Said that they funneled $10 million.
I'm just gonna start doing this.
Yep.
And
That's
as
my sound button.
As of 2022, the average salary earned is this:
$286,700 per year.
That's just a smidge over that. How the fuck you making that kind of money? How you making $10 million?
Oh, you're not.
Oh yeah, I mean that's kind of what I was getting at.
Oh, you're making it. It's just you're not making it legally.
Correct.
That's the point we're getting here.
But it's at the end of the day, it's just corruption on corruption on corruption on corruption.
What did I say earlier about we just need to? I don't know, one of them 1776 pills.
Benjamin, get the muskets.
All right, we need any more of this.
Nope.
Didn't think so.
The next part's about Bangladesh, which is why I was so confused for a second. It's
We
like,
need like a pit boy pill.
We need
Requested urgent action.
1776, part 2. Unfortunately, I feel like it's not going to come until 2076.
I have a feeling if we make it to 2076 without a mushroom.
And let's go ahead and check this Marjorie Taylor Greene clip out. We'll just watch a couple minutes of it.
Taylor Greene of the House Oversight Committee, Congresswoman. So the reporting would be then, if this were true, that the Burisma scheme is confirmed. Then Trump is indicted. I'm sure it's just a coincidence This all just happened. Sheer coincidence.
She gets on my
Finally, we
nerves.
get the information on
They both
alleged
get on my
bribes of the
nerves.
Biden family through shell corporations, et cetera.
Well, I have to tell you, Laura, I feel like we're winning, and we won some today.
I feel like we're winning.
And everyone feels like we're losing, especially with this indictment of President Trump and this document hoax. But what we read today in the skiff, and
Look, all I'm saying is Marjorie Taylor Greene may be batshit crazy. At least she can get a coherent response across on
Correct.
Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
let everyone know this was an unclassified document. This is a document that all of America should be able to see, but the FBI is stonewalling us, and they would only let us see it in a skiff. Well, what I did after reading the document is I made notes when I walked out, and I went to the table and I wrote down everything that I had just read so that I could come out and tell the American people what I read. And it's exactly what you and many others have been reporting for so long. And it's what everyone already knew. I filed articles of impeachment on Joe Biden's inauguration day exactly for this Burisma pay-to-play schemes. And when he was vice president, we now know through the FD 1023 form that we read today that Joe Biden was paid $5 million, along with Hunter Biden being paid $5 million in order to get Victor Shokin fired so that he would not be investigating Burisma.
This is the
anymore.
Burisma scheme, by
and
the
Hunter
way.
Biden was working very hard to get Burisma to buy a U.S. oil and gas company, and Hunter Biden was promising that there would be a lot of capital invested into this business deal.
Well, when are we going to get those redacted bank records, Congresswoman? I mean, the redacted bank records of the Biden, the whole clan, so we can finally figure out how did the Biden family get so rich? I mean, that's just a simple question that reporters
pay to
don't
play.
want to ask.
That's how.
How did they become so wealthy with Joe Biden in public service for decades and decades? How did it happen?
Well, we have been investigating that on the Oversight Committee, and I really have to applaud the Oversight staff, Chairman Comer, and all of the members on the committee.
Okay, so we can cut this off now. But, so, according to Fox News, again, so take it with whatever you want to. I trust Fox News more, not just CNN. The FD 1023 form dated June 30th, 2020 is the FBI's interview with a highly credible confidential source who detailed multiple meetings and conversations he or she had with a top Burisma executive over the course of several years starting in 2015. Fox News Digital has not seen the form, but it was described by several sources who are aware of its contents. An FD 1023 form is used by FBI agents to record unverified reporting from confidential human sources. The form is used to document information as told to an FBI agent, but recording that information does not validate or weigh it against other information known by the FBI. The Burisma executive sought the advice of a confidential source, a business professional, on gaining U.S. oil rights and getting involved with a U.S. oil company. The source is familiar with the document said. The Burisma executive was speaking with the confidential source to get advice on the best way to go forward in 2015-2016. According to the FD 1023 form, the confidential human source said that the Burisma executive discussed Hunter's role on the board. The confidential human source questioned why the Burisma executive needed his or her advice in acquiring access to U.S. oil if he had Hunter Biden on the board. The Burisma executive answered by referring to Hunter Biden as dumb. The Burisma executive explained to the confidential source that Burisma had to pay the Bidens because Ukrainian prosecutor Victor Shokin was investigating Burisma, and explained how difficult it would be to enter the U.S. market in the midst of that investigation. The confidential source further detailed that conversation, suggesting that to the Burisma executive that he pay the Bidens $50,000 each, to which the Burisma executive replied, "It is not 50,000, it is 5 million. 5 million for one Biden, 5 million for the other Biden." The Burisma executive told the confidential human source, according to a source familiar with the document. So, ruh-roh, Raggy. Now, the thing is that you need to verify these things, but here's the other part. I'm going to put this in the show notes real quick because I meant to and I forgot.
I heard that one.
There was two.
That first one sounded, I was like, was that something that fell on the floor? Oh, it fell on the floor, all right.
Oh, God.
Lonnie, you bastard.
You're trapped.
I'm putting it in the show notes in the same thing. Wait, that might not be it. I don't think that's the right one. Whoops. I had the wrong one.
Smell like failure.
Nope. I can't see.
Today, Junior.
God damn it. Here's the problem. It happened so long ago that here we go. This is the right one. Hold on. Yep, this is it. Okay, so sorry about that, Mike. There we go.
All right.
This is absolutely the right one.
Oh yeah, this piece of work.
Now, knowing what you know about the document, you need to understand what Joe Biden himself said about getting the Ukrainian prosecutor, Shokin, fired. Check this out.
I remember going over convincing our team, or others, to convincing us that we should be providing for loan guarantees. And I went over for, I guess, the 12th, 13th time to Kyiv, and I was supposed to announce that there was another $1 billion loan guarantee. And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, no, I said, I'm not going to, or we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I said, you're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I looked, I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Well, son of a bitch. Got fired. And they put in place someone who was
weird,
solid
right?
at the time. Well, there's still, they made.
Super weird.
So funny.
So weird, because I do believe that Donald Trump got impeached over quid pro quo.
Over a phone call? That
and then
wasn't even remotely the same?
And then Joe Biden is admitting to a quid pro quo scheme and didn't get...
He gets chuckles?
Anything but laughter. Super weird. So, I don't know. It's just, it's one of those things where I do not believe you when you say that you're honest or clean or,
One thing I will say, though, that's
honorable.
Very shocking. When Biden was talking about his dirty dealings, boy, was he ever so concise with his words.
Yeah.
He didn't mutter. He didn't stumble over his words. Not one bit.
Nope. Because he was being honest for once.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how that works.
Weird how you stutter when you're lying and you talk very clearly and concisely when you're telling the truth. Interesting. But now, it's time for We Hate Her. I still crack up at that every time. So...
I hate to say it, but I wish we had Jen Psaki back.
I think I do like Jen Psaki better.
She was a lot better to look at too.
That's true.
I don't know.
For God's sake, woman,
Kareem's-
change your fucking eyeshadow.
Kareen's pretty good looking.
Well, for God's
and
sake.
change the damn jacket. Like, damn, you're wearing the same jacket every time.
No, not really.
It's always something bright.
Well, yeah, because she's a flaming lesbian.
Is she really?
And
Yes.
a woman. Oh. Yes, Joe. Oh my God, where have you been? We literally talked
There was
about
a big
this.
hoopla about when she got hired.
Oh.
Because of that said reason. Alrighty. Anyways, moving on.
Just not.
Yes.
Go ahead, Chiefs. Go ahead.
Thank you, Kareem. I want to ask about the president's tumble that he took on the stage in Colorado the other day. It's absolutely true that any one of us could trip over an object that just happens to be in our path. Nonetheless, we've all observed the
like the
difficulty this
suspense
president
building for
has
this
in
slow
certain
camera
settings. Steps are one of them. Of course, there was no sandbag in his path on the steps up Air Force One on any of those occasions. And I was struck particularly by the incident on May 19 in Hiroshima, where the president descended down a set of stone steps toward a shrine, at the bottom of which steps he was greeted by the Japanese Prime Minister. And if you look at that footage, the president slipped and caught himself on those steps. And as he greeted the Prime Minister, you could even see on the president's face pursed lips as if to say, this was a close one. And I know I watched that scene with my heart in my hands, because this was a set of stone steps, and even though there were handrails on either side, he was directed by his advance team, presumably, to descend at the middle of those steps, unaided by the handrails, the Japanese Prime Minister, an aide, or anything else. And that could have been really catastrophic. And so my question to you is whether this whole series of incidents has led the White House Chief of Staff to direct some kind of review of the advance procedures that are employed on behalf of this, the nation's oldest president.
So let me say you've paid a lot of attention to that particular.
We don't like that.
situation. I actually
We don't like that you paid
did not
attention.
see that. I was with him in Hiroshima, so this is something that I was not aware of. So I can't speak to that particular moment.
Liar.
You know, here's what I will say. This is a president, you know, that has
look at the blinking.
Had an incredibly impressive first 2 years.
No.
When you think about what he's been able to get done, when you think about the record historic pieces of legislation that are now into law, I just went into it with the different pieces of
nobody cares about
legislation
that,
that's
and
actually
this is
going to
why
make
we
a
hate you.
difference and change Americans' lives, Americans who truly need
Liar.
it. And that's, I think, is what the American people are looking for.
No,
They're
it's not.
looking for someone that can actually deliver, like that the
Which
president
isn't
has
Joe
done.
Biden. And that's why we hate you.
Even
Enough of
last
this.
week, when you think about
Next.
Fucking A.
Yeah, it's disgusting and quite frankly, disgraceful.
Disgraceful.
And here we go with the alien whistleblower.
No, you have more.
No, that's what this is about. That.
Oh,
this one's literally about the alien whistleblower. You fuck.
Come on, man.
Check this one out.
And the retirements upcoming, the border chief and the ICE chief, is that going to impact the administration's ability to manage the border in the near term?
So look, from what I understand, their retirements has been planned for some time now, and so just going to leave that piece to them, and certainly they can speak to their retirement. What I can speak to is what we have seen these past couple of weeks since Title 42 has been lifted. We have seen
Wait a second.
legal migration go down significantly, and
That's not what this clip is.
So even what it says at the top.
Yeah, super weird. Don't let it play. We'll just let it play.
That's because of the plan that this president has put forward.
Probably a
You think about
follow-up.
diplomacy, you think about deterrence, you think about making sure that we're expanding legal pathways. That's what the president.
Sometimes I don't have
administration
time to
has been
watch
able
these
do,
all the
and
way
that's why
through.
we have seen such a decline at the border. And I think that speaks to the
You're a
president's
liar.
leadership and what he's been able to do with his team. I think that's incredibly important. Go ahead, Steve.
Real quick though, this whistleblower
Here
report
we go.
alleging that the U.S. military's been retrieving craft of non-human origin for at least several decades. Are we alone? And if we were not, would you even tell us?
I would refer that question to the Department of Defense and let them answer that question.
And that's why we hate you. No answers.
What a fucking prude.
Yep. And for the final piece of We Hate Her, we've got Rainbow Vomit.
Yay.
If you were here last week, you know our stance on this whole Pride Month thing.
Bullshit.
It's really annoying.
Well, no, it's the push of it on people is bullshit.
No, I think
we don't
that-
care if you celebrate this stuff on your business. You know, that's your business.
Here's what I think about it, because I wasn't here last week. So let me give you my spiel on it.
All right, spiel, Lonnie, spiel.
All right. So my thoughts on Pride Month. I think first of all, the fact that you get your month for your sexuality preference is fucking bullshit.
When soldiers get a day.
Yeah.
Soldiers who died.
Yeah. When you
for
get,
your ability to have your own sexual preference.
When you get one day for Memorial Day, you get one day for Veterans Day. Horse shit that you get a whole month because you are
gay
outside of the stereotypical norm sexuality preference. It's
Agreed.
stupid.
It's really dumb.
It's fucking stupid.
Get a
Second
day.
of all, why do you need a day to celebrate your sexual preference anyways? That in and of itself is fucking weird.
Nobody cares. Work harder.
Yeah, like, we don't get a straight day. Oh, nice. Sounding like a muffled little something.
Little toot.
Little toot toot. But
Yeah.
Yeehaw! Yeehaw! But
That was
yeah.
probably going to stink, by the way.
Mine did too. Fuck you, Joe.
Greetings from the interior.
We never even covered the
Speak
whole
to me,
situation with
toothless one.
the Sisters of Perpetual
I
Indulgence.
don't care about that.
And all that.
I don't care about that anymore. It's old news.
But yeah, so to wrap up my spiel on Pride Month, I think it's stupid because nobody gives a fuck about your sexual orientation.
Like, nobody actually cares. And it's not because we don't care about you. It's like we just don't care.
Nobody cares who you fuck. Work harder.
Yeah, like I don't care, and I don't think it's relevant, and I don't think it's important.
And we should not be teaching the kids about it.
Exactly.
We shouldn't be teaching the kids about straight sex.
Anyway, so.
But that's my whole thing. Like, I don't care. You do what you do. Live your life however you want to live your life. But I don't think it's important or good to celebrate it for a whole
With that
month.
said, let's talk about the White House hosting a Pride event.
Tomorrow,
Despite
this
the
is likely to
politicized pushback.
provoke some political or politicized pushback, especially from some of the states that have passed legislation targeting sexual minorities or from countries that have done the same. So could I just hear from you, why does the White House feel that this event is important, especially in this context?
So we've had multiple events celebrating the LGBTQ plus community.
Yeah, too many.
And this is a president that has been a strong ally. A vice
No, he
president that has
hasn't.
been a strong ally. A second gentleman,
she
a first
hasn't.
lady that's been a strong ally of the
You haven't heard
community.
some of his
And
past work,
it is
have you?
important. He feels
Nope.
it is important. They feel it's important to lift up a community.
Just wait until you find out about the
lift
racial
up
jungle he
their
didn't want his kids
accomplishments and what
growing
they've
up
been able
in.
to do,
Yeah,
for
that's a
the
good one.
community. And so we think it's an important moment. And let's not forget what we're seeing
You're a liar,
across the country.
and that's why we hate you.
More than 600 pieces of legislation, anti-LGBTQ plus legislation.
No,
100 of those
anti-grooming
are
children
against transgender
legislation.
youth. And so we have not seen that type
Because
of
that's what you are. You're a
sentiment
groomer.
against this community in decades. And so we believe that not only does this community need to be celebrated and continue to be celebrated, as he's done many times before in this past 2 years,
See,
but we also
now,
need to make
here's the
sure
thing.
that we let the
Okay. All of this shit that she's doing right here has led to the greatest rise in social conservatism in decades. There are more people saying that they are socially conservative now than have in the past couple of decades.
Here's my thing, though, right? Like we just said, nobody cares.
I hate you for this, but I also love you for this because it's bringing back the right values. And really, it's not even that it's the right values. It's normal.
The more appropriate
It's
values.
age-appropriate values.
Yeah. Yeah, and here's the thing. Like we said, we don't care. Do your thing. Be who you want to be, right?
Leave the kids alone.
Leave the children out of it, you fucks.
Yeah,
But that really goes to both sides, though.
First and foremost, leave the kids out of it. But two, stop trying to shove this down people's throats.
Yeah, stop trying to tell us that men should be allowed to compete in women's sports because they slit their dick into and shoved it inside them. That's not how this works.
Stop shoving it down my throat that I'm going to be fucking, potentially assaulted because I say, oh, I don't agree with this or that.
No.
Why is that a thing?
You domestic terrorist.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. Have you heard of the newest, what is it called, domestic extremist list?
No.
Is it the Albanians?
No. Oh, no, this is concerning. This is concerning. Y'all keep going. I'm going to look this up real quick.
But I don't understand why this, and this isn't knocking on everyone because I know it's not everyone that is part of
this community.
This community. But I just don't understand why people in this community think it is so important for them to gain some sort of notoriety. I just don't understand that aspect of it.
Yeah.
Again,
nobody cares. Work harder.
You know what I mean, though? Okay, yes, we get you're gay, but
it's okay. But
why?
it's like that guy that we saw in the gas station today.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, first off, I didn't have to see your rainbow keychain to know that you're gay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
And nobody cares.
And look, the thing is, be gay. I don't care.
You can be gay all you want.
I'm not going to support it.
You can do whatever you want,
I'm not gonna
as long as you're not
stop
hurting anybody and the kids are not being harmed.
Yeah,
I don't care.
That's the thing. I'm not going to support it. I'm not going to stand up for you.
No.
Unless your human rights as a human are being violated.
Right.
Now, if I see you getting mugged, yes, I'm going to try and help you versus an 80-year-old white lady or old lady or whatever.
The problem is that they wouldn't do the same for you.
Yeah, they wouldn't if they knew what I stood for.
No.
Which, it's really funny now that you say that because I was wearing this hat.
Yeah, you probably triggered him. Big time.
That's so fucking funny. I just
Trigger warning.
I just now realized that. That's hilarious. Now that I think
Oh my
about it.
God. Lonnie, take your hat off so we can show the camera what you're wearing here. So, Lonnie has this wonderful hat. Trump, 2024.
Let me go. So it's bigger.
The sequel. And it's glorious. I don't agree with it, but it's funny.
I do. 100%.
But see, see what's so, beautiful about this?
We cannot agree.
We
and
cannot
still
agree
be
about
friends.
that. Yeah, exactly.
I don't want Trump to be president again. I don't.
And I do. Very much so.
But the reason is not because of policies. It's because I'm tired of the division.
Yeah, I am too, but also at the same time, he's being done so wrong. I know there's a little bit of
Kind of.
you kind of want him to.
I kind of do, but at the same time, I really don't.
Here's my thing. Have y'all seen the movie The Giver?
I probably have.
It's about, the world's gray and they're not, everybody's the same.
Yeah, I've seen it. I know what you're talking about now.
And they make the point that our differences and that kind of even the dark side of the world is what reason the world's so a beautiful place to be.
More of this?
No.
Good.
So even the bad stuff is what makes the world a beautiful place because we don't know what's going to happen and blah blah.
Is
blah.
back. Didn't know you left. Thought you were just enjoying the content.
He was at work.
But I feel like we're moving towards that. We're moving towards the Giver type deal where they're going to try to make everything the same. And your flag fell off.
Flag down. Flag down.
Go to
Hold on. And this
Without the
wraps
bad, we
up-
can't appreciate the good.
This
Exactly,
wraps up-
Probst.
And this
We
has
hate
been We Hate Her.
So up next, I put a link in there. It's from the Southern Poverty Law Center. Southern Poverty Law Center. They have named parents' rights groups as extremists.
It's been that way though.
But this was this week.
Hey, start now. Beak.
So the Southern Poverty Law Center, a nonprofit organization that tracks hate groups and advocates for civil rights, is receiving blowback from conservatives after several parents groups, including Moms for America, were labeled as extremist in the organization's annual Year in Hate and Extremism report.
Speaking on this topic, did you see that there is I can't remember the name of the organization, but they labeled Florida as a potential hazard to LGBTQ.
Yeah, it was
people.
the NAACP.
No, it wasn't the NCAACP. It wasn't the NAACP.
Shit. That was for black people. Never mind.
Yes,
I don't remember what it was.
It was like Living Wellness Organization.
I'm
or
not sure,
something
but
like
they
that.
said it was a danger to LGBTQIA plus people minus divided by sign equals to
spirit animal times two.
little tilde that goes over the N in Spanish.
Tilde, yeah.
Like
Equality Florida, an LGBTQ advocacy group.
No, the
warned that Florida-
NAACP had announced for Black Americans.
Yeah, it was
a different group. I
Yeah.
know the one you're talking about.
Okay,
It was-
Human Rights Campaign joined the NAACP in issuing travel warnings for Florida.
Yeah,
in May.
Human Rights Campaign. That's what
Yeah.
it was. So yeah, but it was a similar
First
move.
off, okay, in the modern time, tell me one right that
They act like the police are going to like round them up.
LGBTQIA plus minus divided by sign equals to little tilde over the Spanish language. And give me one right that they don't have that we do. I'll wait.
Because there's
I'm not going
literally
to hold my breath because I'll fucking die.
I will fucking die.
There's literally even some states that let you adopt as well. So what else can we give you?
So here's the thing. Okay, so I think that children need a mom and a dad.
Yeah. So
right?
I think not allowing them to.
But I don't think that banning gay people or trans people from adopting children is the right move, so long as they're mentally stable.
I think I would rather
in the
see
case of transgender people, I would argue that they are not mentally stable.
That's what I was about to say. That's the only.
But gay
reason.
people,
That's.
I
the
would much
only
rather
reason.
see them in a home of two men
than
that are
being
mentally
abused.
than being in the system.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Personally.
I agree with that, but I think they would have to blanket it because of trans people being part of that group.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
and like I said
But
last week,
make them pass a mental evaluation. So, and here's the other thing, right? So, Matt Walsh just did this undercover thing
Mhm.
where it took one of his producers 22 minutes to convince a nurse practitioner to write him the necessary letter to have his balls chopped off.
Holy fuck.
Despite him being open and honest about not having gender confusion for more than 30 days.
That's terrifying.
Like, these are the people that are advocating that your children go on hormone blockers, that your children have irreversible damage done to their bodies because they're confused about what they are.
so you know, like I mentioned last week, the DCM-5, which is a list of mental disorders, still lists gender dysphoria as a mental disorder.
Because it is a mental disorder.
But see,
the problem with this country is that it doesn't matter what the facts are, it matters how you feel.
But you know what I'm saying? What
And
gets
it's-
me,
feelings.
Again, nobody fucking cares. Work harder.
yeah. What gets me is all these same people are like, we should follow the science. Okay, well, if you're going to follow the science, you need to understand that
Men can't be women.
Gender dysphoria is a mental disorder.
Yep. So, anyway, now it's time for This Week in Biden. There's no button for that, but
I'm
working on it, man.
Added a little dramatic pause.
I'm working on it.
All right.
So what do you say to Americans to convince them that they should trust the independence and fairness of the Justice Department when your predecessor, Donald Trump, repeatedly attacks it?
Because you notice, I have never once, not one single time, suggested to the Justice Department what they should do or not do relative to bringing a charge or not bringing a charge. I'm honest.
Huh?
You?
Give him an alert. Give him an alert. His life alert's going off because he's about to have a cardiac arrest. That is one of the most dishonest
I thought
people
I'd stutter like Biden.
in the history of American politics. And he's sitting up there saying, I'm honest. No, you're not. Fuck you.
Eat a
Next.
dick.
Thank you, Joe.
Jesus Christ.
Now, again, I think that Joe Biden is the victim of elder abuse, and this only serves to prove that point. Check this out.
Holy smokes, I thought about Christine and she appeared. Christine says, hey, hope none of y'all are feeling gender dysphoric because you got a real woman here. Not this, just real women.
Those don't exist anymore.
Yeah, real women don't
You,
exist.
sorry, Christine,
What is
you are a birthing person.
Hold on. Christine, what is a woman?
Wait, her
Now,
comment
enjoy-
went away.
Yeah, she retracted it.
She retracted it. We didn't do that.
Okay, okay.
Now, if you will, roll that beautiful confusion footage.
Jesus Christ, that's loud. Mr. President, you're looking really lost. Follow me so you don't look so lost.
Follow me, you went the wrong way.
I saw a baby. I wanted to sniff it. Holy
You wanted to
fuck.
sniff that girl in the blue dress.
Yeah.
She has a rump. I wanted to touch it.
Oh,
And Joey
wait,
loves
nope.
titties.
There's a baby over there. He thought he was about to get some adrenochrome. Christine says I retracted it as a joke, like I wasn't really here after your comment. Just a dumb joke. No, it's funny. We get it. The sniffer's on the loose, Pope says.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Now, for the final part of This Week in Biden, before we get to the meat of Joe's Conspiracy Corner.
This is what you've been waiting for this week.
No, it's not. I'm ready and willing to roast you mercilessly.
You know what? I've been telling you for the last 3 weeks what I've been waiting for.
We're going to cover it, Lonnie. We're going to cover it. Trust me.
And I think I don't think I'm the only one who's crazy about this. I think Justin would thoroughly enjoy this.
I would thoroughly enjoy it as
and,
well.
And who your buddy would probably enjoy this one as well.
Jason.
Yes.
Yeah, Jason would enjoy it very much.
It's very good. I sent you the video and you were.
I watched it. I was like, holy shit. So anyway, I would like to shout out Jason and Ben.
What's up, Jason? And who? Ben?
Ben,
what up, man?
Yeah, because Ben gave us.
Yeehaw!
Ben gave us the extra monitor, and
Oh, yeah.
Jason gives brutally honest feedback about Joe's Conspiracy Corner.
As we should.
Indeed. Now, check this out.
I'm supposed to walk off the stage now. But wait.
Wait.
Look at this girl's face. She's like, oops.
Do you have a response to the congressional Republicans?
Where's the money? I'm joking.
Mr. President,
It's a bunch of malarkey.
Mr. President, what do you say to
It's a bunch of malarkey.
There's people in the back right now, and you know what they're saying?
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Joe, we know where the money is. It's in your bank accounts.
No, it's in his mini LLCs.
Exactly.
Not
It's
his bank
still his bank accounts.
I mean,
You know, they just don't have his name on them, technically. But they're his. And everybody knows
They
it.
should trust the independence and fairness of the Justice Department when your predecessor, Donald Trump, repeatedly attacks it.
Because you notice, I have never once.
Okay,
Oh, it's the honest again. Yeah, you're not honest.
I'm honest.
And look how he's pointing.
Yeah, I know. You're
Look at it.
Dog-faced pony
You're
soldier
a-
liar.
Look here, fat. Look here, fat.
Did he say something about that guy couldn't do push-ups or something too?
Look here, fat.
Or am I just...
You're a lying, dog-faced pony soldier. I'm honest. Honest, Abe, you are not. But now it's time for everybody's it's Prop's favorite part of the show. It's time for Joe's Conspiracy Corner.
It ain't gonna work today. Oh hell! It ain't gonna. I don't think they're gonna be able to tell.
Once they get going, they will. Alright, you ready?
Go for it.
All right. So
hey,
this,
look, it actually looks a lot better.
It does look a lot better. Less seizure-y. So this week,
It's not like
I
saturating
need
the
to
camera as much.
kind of look this stuff up real quick. I had to. Y'all give me a hard time about it, so I had to do it.
Because you do it every time.
Just walk up to him like that guy in that one clip.
This week I'm ready.
Oh God.
You better be.
So we're not going to get quite into the meat yet. We're going to give you an appetizer and then get into the meat. Okay. So this week in Las Vegas. Well, actually, it wasn't this week. It was April 30th, but it just has come out this week that on April 30th, an officer for the Las Vegas Metro Police captured a body cam footage of a blue object streaking low and fast across the sky. Moments later, emergency responders received a 911 call reporting something straight out of sci-fi's Resident Alien. In a recording, the caller can be heard describing an object in their backyard and two non-human entities. Excuse me. There is like an 8-foot person. Okay, this is the quote. There is like an 8-foot person. It has big eyes and is looking at us. I swear to God, it's not a joke. We're actually terrified. They're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 foot, 10 foot tall. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes. They have big eyes. Like I can't even explain it. And big mouth. They're shiny eyes and they're not human. They're 100%. They're not human.
It's like the aliens out of Signs.
That's kind of what I thought of at first, actually.
The description that was given, that's what it reminds me of.
Officers responding to the call can be heard saying, I'm so nervous right now. I have butterflies, bro. I saw a shooting star, and now these people say there are aliens in their backyard. Officers arrived at the scene and took statements from witnesses and found no physical evidence of aliens or a spacecraft. But there is video of this.
Let's see it.
Do we have it?
It may be. I think one of the links had video.
You think or no? I thought you were prepared.
No, I mean, I'm.
Oh God!
Just go to the notes.
Here we go.
Damn it! Go to the notes.
Joe, I'm just saying, man.
Yes, I've got it right there. That first one.
This
yes.
one?
Not the first one. The second one. Yeah. No, I mean the second link. Like that's the link.
Oh my God, Joe! Just go in order.
Boy, help this man.
Holy shit!
This fucking button.
Southern Nevada is
This
abuzz
button's
tonight
acting
with
fucking
stories
weird.
about the
Getting
crash
inside,
of an
do it.
unknown object and the alleged sighting of strange creatures in the backyard of a Northwest Valley home.
So it was last night that 8 News Now investigator David Charnes reported about how Metro Police responded back on May 1st after receiving a strange call from a very frightened family. Well, our report generated a global response, and now piecing together the sequence of events has been kind of tricky, in part because the primary witnesses have been almost as elusive as the beings they say they encountered. Chief Investigator George Knapp is as perplexed as the rest of us. George.
As you know, this is not our first UFO rodeo. We first heard about the incident in early May via the Metro Police grapevine. The incident has a lot in common with other bizarre cases from around the world: an alleged crash, strange beings, and bits and pieces that don't make sense. But the police took this seriously, and so do we.
Just before
Liz,
midnight on
you
April
see that?
30th, skywatchers across several western states saw a bright fireball streak through the heavens. A police officer working in the Northwest Valley caught a glimpse of the colorful object on his body cam. At nearly the same time, a Ring camera in the area recorded a strange noise and what sounds like a crash. One family living in a ranch-style home had a
That's
much
weird.
closer view of the
That was a little
object.
weird.
Two brothers and their father were
And it didn't
working on
seem
a
like-
vehicle in their
that
yard
didn't seem
when they
very
caught a
edited.
glimpse
It
of a
sounded like
sparkly
Ring doorbell.
object as it
Yeah.
came crashing down, then were hit by what they describe as a shockwave. One of the witnesses, a young man named Angel, has stated when the brothers looked into the yard where the object landed, that spot was obscured and blurry, as if by unknown form of camouflage. What they saw next prompted a frantic call to 911.
So there's two people or two subjects that are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 feet, 10 foot. I don't know. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes. They have big eyes, like I can't explain it, and big mouth. They're shiny eyes, and they're not human. They're 100% they're not human.
8 News Now investigators have spoken with family members multiple times in the past 4 weeks, but each of the 3 times we accepted their invitation to do an interview, they didn't answer the door or their phone. These are some of the claims they've made in other public forums. Multiple family members backed up the story in an initial police report we obtained. Angel says they heard the patter of multiple feet in the yard. They later heard footsteps on their roof. They saw one of the 8-foot-tall creatures climb behind the controls of a large front loader stored in the yard as if trying to engage it. He got a good look at one of the creatures, he said, a greenish-grayish being with large eyes and long legs. He says he could hear its deep breaths, and when he locked eyes, he was, in essence, frozen in place, couldn't move. In the middle of the yard, where the object had crashed, then vanished, a circular impression was left in the soil.
Okay, where is this on your property?
Metro sources say the police dispatcher initially wondered whether to send a crisis intervention team to help the troubled witness, but then took the incident seriously. 2 officers arrived 38 minutes after the call, and by then had heard from other officers. They proceeded cautiously and managed some nervous laughs.
I ain't dealing with that.
A few days later, the family says 2 Metro sergeants returned to the scene to ask follow-up questions. The family says they also saw men in suits and sunglasses driving in a car with government plates cruising slowly past the house
Men in
in
Black.
the following days.
Men in Black.
Nellis and Creech have denied any interest or involvement with the incident.
Interesting.
Metro has indicated they believe the family that something crashed in their yard. But what?
You know, you mentioned, George, in that piece that, they were frozen because so many people have been critical of, like, why didn't they get their phone out? Why didn't they shoot the video? Do we know if there's even any video of this incident?
Yes and no. So there's a surveillance camera in the backyard. The property owner keeps that because he's got a lot of expensive equipment
I
there.
think we're good here.
So
Okay.
there's another link. There's another link. It may be the same thing. I can't remember.
It doesn't look like it's the same.
Yeah, it's the same.
thing.
It's the same footage. I just wanted to make sure we had footage. So yeah, that's kind of odd, right?
Yeah, it's weird, but it's not as weird as this next part.
So,
yeah.
Recently,
which I don't buy, by the way. This is one of those I 100% do not believe this.
Yeah, there's a lot of skepticism on this for me.
Supposedly, though, from what I've heard, this is hearsay. I don't have a link or nothing to this, but supposedly he has people backing him up on this.
Yeah, he does.
But we are going to talk about the whistleblower who was part of a government program that
he wasn't a part of the government program.
He heard people
He was
confided
confided in by people who were part of the program.
Okay.
Come on, Joe.
Well, let's just go to the first link. Let's let shut up. Let's let the link talk.
Really short.
Why are you doing shorts? You gotta unmute it, Lonnie.
I know.
Has a secret program that recovers UFOs that have landed on Earth is now prompting calls for investigations from both
That guy needs to
Republicans
lay off the
and Democrats
Botox.
here
Oh,
in
shit.
Congress.
Look at those
That
fucking
whistleblower,
eyebrows,
David
Look at his
Grush, a
fucking
former Air
lower
Force
lip.
intelligence officer, says that the United
Looks like
States has
collagen
in its
injection. It looks like
possession
Bubba
a
the Bass
number of
fish.
aircraft that it's recovered, and that they've kept it secret from the public and from Congress. And now we know that the House Oversight Committee, controlled by Republicans, they are going to be doing hearings to further investigate those claims. And we also know that there are a number of Democrats on board.
He's a whistleblower, so obviously he has certain protections. I saw Chairman Comer come out and say that Oversight's going to have a hearing. I support the chairman. I think there are important questions to ask. And by the way, if there are things that the federal government is holding back from the American people have a right to know.
No word yet on when the House Oversight Committee is going to begin those hearings, but
I can't look at that dude's
planning for them
lips.
is already under a whistle.
So this may be the beginning of uncovering the alien secrets.
It's not.
It's not. This is like the least impactful
Okay.
evidence I've seen.
Logic with Lonnie.
So, if you watch his interview, there's a couple of things that I noticed straight away in his interview. One,
Hold on. Do you have his interview?
I don't think I put his interview on there. Do you want me to look it up real quick while you're talking about this? Okay.
Yeah, and I'll break it down as we're going through it.
I forgot. What was his name again? What was his name again?
Something
Grush,
I think.
I don't know.
I got this.
We're not looking for the full interview, though.
Okay. You go ahead, Lonnie. What were you going to say?
No, he needs the interview.
I'm going to break it down in the interview to show you like what my process of thinking on it.
Do you remember who did the interview?
News Nation.
Yeah.
Here, I got it.
All right. Just drop it at the bottom.
Well, maybe not. That's
I got it right.
one.
It's right here.
I've got it. I've got the link. There you go. Like how that goes in there in real time.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, I like that. I like it better than Discord. Oh, by the way, we need to open Discord because Cody said he left us a funny in there.
Well, I've already got a funny.
Okay, well, I'm just saying he left us a funny.
Been working on this for the past couple of weeks. I'm still having a hard time processing government have on camp from a identified the those may not. The National Geospatial Intelligence Agency is formally blowing the whistle on secrets he says no one has ever shared publicly before.
You are one of the most trusted former intelligence officials in the U.S. defense and intelligence establishment.
Yes, I was.
You were trusted with the most intimate secrets.
Yes.
Grush sitting down with award-winning investigative journalist Ross Coulthart. He's reporting for News Nation and has spent years reporting on the UFO question.
What conclusion did you come to at the end of your time on the UAP task force?
The UAP task force was refused access to a broad crash retrieval program.
When you say crash retrieval, what do you mean?
These are retrieving non-human origin technical vehicles, call it spacecraft if you will, non-human, exotic origin vehicles that have either landed or crashed.
We have spacecraft from another species.
We do, yeah.
How many?
Quite a number.
You're kidding.
First off,
I thought it was totally nuts, and I thought at first I was being deceived. It was a ruse. People started confiding in me. They approached me. I have plenty of current and former senior intelligence officers that came to me, many of which I knew almost my whole career, that confided in me they were a part of a program. They named the program. I've never heard of it. And they told me, based on their oral testimony, and they provided me documents and other proof, that there was, in fact, a program that the UAP task force was not read into.
Grush alleges the U.S. government has recovered non-human craft for decades. He's filed a whistleblower complaint saying he gave what he calls the classified proof to Congress and the Intelligence Community Inspector General. News Nation has confirmed David Grush's credentials and resume. We've not seen or verified the alleged proof he says he's provided to investigators. He says he can't show us the proof for national security reasons. He also tells us he's not seen photos of...
Wait a second. You mean to tell me that they're not going to raid his home for classified documents? Weird.
Huh.
It's almost like they know that he doesn't have anything.
He has whistleblower protections.
Doesn't mean they can't obtain it.
Doesn't mean that they can't raid his home to get his classified documents that he's not supposed to have.
Here's my thing on it. One, he didn't provide any evidence. First and foremost, if you're going to bring something this big and this notable,
if you're breaking that aliens exist, bring papers.
You better not cite national security risks, okay? Because if
you're already saying aliens exist.
You already crossed
that line, so fuck off.
So, secondly, if you listen to him talk in that interview, it didn't show it in this one, but he says something along the lines.
Coming. It's
Does it
in
show
the
it
next
in this?
part. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's carry on then.
Of the alleged craft himself, but has talked extensively with other intelligence officials who have.
If you're right, if you're telling us the truth, everyone, the entire American public, has been lied to for decades.
Yeah, there's a sophisticated disinformation campaign targeting the U.S. populace, which is extremely unethical and immoral.
You are saying to the human race, for the first time, an official intelligence representative at a high level from the US government is saying publicly, we are not alone.
We're definitely not alone. Absolutely, the data points empirically that we're not alone, yeah.
Do we have bodies? Do we have species of
Well,
non-human?
naturally, when you recover something that's either landed or crashed, sometimes you encounter dead pilots. And believe it or not, as
there it was.
Right there. You didn't catch it, did you, Joe? That's okay. Let me break it down for you. So, criminal language experts, when they try to find if someone is lying, they typically will try to reinforce with their speech that they're not lying. Believe it or not, to be honest, to be truthful, that's usually followed by a lie. Because they're trying to reinforce in your mind that they're not lying about something.
Yeah, believe it or not.
So, one, he doesn't have any evidence.
Hey, believe it or not, I'm honest.
Two, believe it or not, he might be lying.
A motherfucker definitely lying.
So, and here's a third very glaring point that I have. And I don't know if you've thought about this. If we have bodies and crafts, and they have a whole division of the government that is dedicated to doing this, and they go and retrieve these crafts, how have they not been actually spotted? How do they keep their secrecy so well? How do they obtain these crafts without, a crash, without drawing some sort of attention at some point? Because he claims that this goes back for a very, very long time. How have they not been caught in the act?
There is the conspiracy of the Men in Black.
Yeah, but they're not actually at a crash site retrieving a crashed aircraft.
I'm just saying, how do we know that the movie's not onto something?
All that the Men in Black are, to me, is an enforcing agency. They don't actually retrieve the craft.
See, Christine brings up something good. What does he gain from lying, though?
Attention.
Attention, but also...
Did you know this man's name before then?
But his credentials check out, though.
Yeah.
So that means if he's lying...
Yeah, but you know who else's credentials did, and they brushed him off?
Who?
Fravor.
You had to remind me.
The Tic Tac incident.
Commander David Fravor.
Yeah.
But they've declassified that.
Yeah, but they still said it was. They basically said, "Oh, it's just nothing. It's an anomaly, but it's not something that is."
But Fravor, but there's a lot of people though that literally because
Commander Fravor is a pilot, and there's video evidence. Okay, this guy is providing nothing.
Yet
nobody knew who he was.
He says he can't. He told them he can't.
But I'm saying, I'm saying
he's literally telling them that he can't give them this stuff because of national.
But there's an
security
investigation.
risks,
I'm saying let the investigation happen.
There's not going to be an investigation. They're going to look at this stuff in Congress and they're going to be like, "Oh, well, we can't tell the people about that."
I mean, to be honest,
it'll be there ain't nothing here.
To be honest, if they were to come out and the government's like, yes, we have kept this from the American people, and we really actually do have non-human, entities on this earth. It would change everything.
Okay, listen.
It would change religion.
Listen, here's the thing, okay? I do not believe that in this vast universe it is possible for us to be the only one.
Oh, by far. I don't think so at all.
I think you mean Commander Fravor. Oh, that's what she's saying.
She's just abbreviating it.
Well, yeah, she's also... I think she spelled it wrong. But I'm not sure.
It don't matter.
It doesn't matter. I believe Commander Fravor.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. It's one of those, like, okay, but Bob Lazar, I don't believe him for a fucking second.
It's hard for me on Bob Lazar.
Bob Lazar has just been telling the same lie for 40 years.
Right. So here's my thing about Bob Lazar. There's a lot of things that are a little weird about his story, I will admit. But the fact that he stayed so consistent for so long kind of also makes it a little difficult not to believe him.
Yeah.
His story hasn't changed, like, at all.
I know, but that's the problem.
But how...
In my mind, it's so well rehearsed.
But if you think about it, though, even people that are so deeply involved in a lie will mess up some point.
Dude, when I'm telling a story about something that actually happened, I'll fuck it up.
Yeah, I know, but that's just not the norm.
That's the thing. Like, it's not normal to be that detailed and that consistent.
Okay, look, I'm not saying that there's inconsistencies in his story, because there is. There's quite a few.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there is. I'm not doubting that, but I'm saying there is also some stuff that kind of make you think. It makes you... I'm not saying I believe him 100%, but I'm saying it does make you consider.
There are aspects of his story that are very believable, like the fact that the government would burn him and ruin his entire fucking life.
Yeah.
Over aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Or technology that's alien in nature. First off, if your species is advanced enough to get here, chances that you're going to crash your means of transportation is slim to none. You had to literally come from outer space to get here.
Yeah.
You're not going to crash when you get here.
I mean, there's technical difficulties that could happen.
A civilization that advanced isn't going to have the same kind of technical difficulties like Starship had.
What I'm saying is there could be something in the air here. Like you watched.
You really think they're going to endanger any of their people to go visit a world that they don't know exactly what they're getting into right off the bat?
Hold on a second, though. I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit. Regardless of how sophisticated they are, journeying to another planet is a bit of a risk, right?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Think about we sent people to the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did. Because we're fucking insane. Which is probably why the aliens don't talk to us. Because we're fucking Neanderthals to them.
I'm just saying, there is a possibility that it could occur.
Because, see, they don't know everything about our world. Like, you've seen War of the Worlds, right? With Tom Cruise. And, see, the aliens put their ships here long ago. Then they come back and got in the ships and try to take over the world, right? Well, they didn't take into account certain bacteria or whatever that, like, ate the shit out of their ships and everything, right? So, see, there could be things in the atmosphere they did not take into consideration and could be affecting their ships. They could, may not be used to our gravity. There could be all kinds of things. It could just be a simple fluke that they may not have birds in their planet, and so they didn't think about birds, and then one flew into their engine or something.
Okay, again, though, you really think they're going to just land on a world that they know nothing about? No.
We did.
They're going to know... Okay, no, we knew plenty about the moon. We knew that it was up there. We knew that there was nothing alive on it. And
we did not know there was nothing alive on it.
Yes, we did, because we knew it didn't have an atmosphere. Otherwise, you wouldn't have sent them up with a fucking spacesuit.
Fair.
Jesus Christ.
Tardigrades,
that's what's alive on the moon. Little microscopic bugs. Okay? No. We knew plenty about the moon before we sent people up there.
Okay.
We just didn't know what it was made of.
Okay, let's get back on topic here.
But see, it could be.
We are on topic.
No, talking about this guy.
Yeah, this guy's a fucking loser.
That's
don't know.
I'm going to give him a chance.
I don't.
Look, I want to give him a chance, but there's too much evidence, or lack thereof, for me to really...
I'm with Christine on this. Christine says, we just don't know. To be honest, I would really appreciate an alien abduction in case any aliens...
I volunteered Joe for the anal probing.
Yep.
As long as it's not too big, man.
This time, get a thin cucumber.
As long as it ain't too big, man. Like, I'm all about, like, as long as they let me come back and be okay and not have cancer or something. Hey,
no, you're definitely getting cancer.
I'll
gonna have radiation poisoning.
I'll sit on a ship for a few hours. I'll get naked.
What else have we got on this guy? Because
go to the last link.
Okay.
I want to see what the last link is.
Listen.
Wait, why do you not know what your own links are?
I don't remember what this one is.
Because he just throws shit in there. He just throws shit and hopes it sticks.
Yeah. I'm getting that one.
This one's sticking pretty good, though.
Throwing shit at a wall and hoping it sticks is not a valid
matter.
strategy.
It's still sticking pretty good this time.
And look, I like Jeremy Corbell's stuff, but anytime his name is attached to anybody, it seems to always hinder your believability for some reason.
Just freaking go.
I'm just saying.
Investigative journalist who helped obtain and release the DoD footage of UFOs and made contact with this DoD whistleblower as far back as 14 months ago. So you're vouching for this guy.
Well, we certainly know that Mr. Grush is who he says that he is, that he was in the position that he said that he was in, that he had the access that he said that he had. We know that for certain. And also we know that his colleagues and people around him find him to be a credible person.
The Go Fast video.
As do I. So now we're at the point where we have somebody making accusations.
Pause it. Okay, thank you. So that's what I'm talking about, Joe. Like, see that stuff right there? There's a lot of stuff with that video that makes it a lot more believable.
Yeah,
because
the Go Fast video.
I understand having proof. I get that.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That video was from a long time ago, though.
Yeah, it was, because it takes time to declassify
That's
stuff.
what I'm saying. This may take some time.
If there was information like this that they were going to declassify, they would have declassified.
And here's the thing, too. If it's something that is so secretive that they're keeping it from Congress, it was the computer flaring up in the fan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Aliens.
They're
here. They heard us.
To me.
Yeah, no, it was the fan on there. But what I'm saying, if it's so secretive that they're keeping it from Congress, how do you think there's going to be any way that they're going to have any pull to put it out to the public?
There isn't.
First and foremost. If they've been able to keep it from Congress and just sweep it under the rug, I'm just saying you have to.
I think we should give it some time. See what comes.
I think we're running out of time.
Of a cover-up. This is accusations that we have been holding non-terrestrial materials and working on back engineering them. And if that is the case, it is our duty to have that investigated. And Arrow, which is our government program, it is their duty now to investigate those claims, to either verify them or call them false.
Why don't we see any photos of these spacecraft or these dead aliens, do you think?
Yeah, I want to see them too, right? That's the whole point. Is we want to know. We don't want to think.
Well, you're never going to.
But
So
this really does feel like an episode or that movie Don't Look Up. People have been saying for a long time that there are these reverse engineering of non-terrestrial craft, that this has been going on. We know for sure these things are operating in our skies. I think the big question is, who made them? Where are the manufacturing facilities for these? Where do they come from? Who's piloting them? And what do they want? And so these accusations by Mr. Grush, these really put a point right now on what the public wants to know. If there are holding facilities, open those doors. Tell the basic truth. Let us know.
Do you think the government would ever just say, you know what, we've been lying to you for 70 years. We got aliens, we got dead aliens. Here they are. I mean, the country would never trust the government again.
I mean, we don't already, but
take the cash out of the banks and start buying weapons, right?
I mean, that's the thing. We don't trust the government.
The best way to know the
whole
future
thing.
is to look at the past, so you can be cynical in that way. However, we are living in a different era and a different time with journalism and information flow. So I think it's not about the corrosion of secrecy, because that is a problem. I think this is more about UAP, which just means UFO, transparency. And I think you can earn back public trust if there was a good reason to keep certain aspects secret for so long, which is undoubtedly what all the evidence suggests.
All right, Jeremy, thanks for...
Okay.
Okay, so
one thing,
quickly.
Colonel Fravor,
Commander Fravor,
sorry, Commander Fravor. When he said he tried to bring it up to his superiors and all that stuff, right? And they just said like, yeah, they're out there all the time, and like everybody knew they were out there. All those Tic Tacs and all those everything flying around out there, right? They knew that.
Well, yeah, because they're pilots. They see things
but what I'm saying is this has been happening for a while, and he says they're always out there all the time. So,
but here's the thing that doesn't make sense. Okay, if you take that, it makes sense that he would go to his commanding officers and this and this and that, right? And would say, hey, I saw these things out there, man. It's freaking me the fuck out. What's the deal?
Yeah.
And they say, oh, yeah, it happens. But with this scenario, he isn't even part of this group.
Nope.
Why would these guys just come to him and just confide in him if he's not even in this group? How does it make sense? Why does it make sense? It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
You see what I'm saying? He's not even part of this group, of this special group, but they come to him, someone outside that they confide in and tell him and give them all these documents and pictures and etc.
Okay.
Well, I say
So
we.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Verdict, Tom.
Do you think
Joe?
Two verdicts. One. Do you think that we have aliens?
No,
I'm saying no.
Is the whistleblower being honest?
That's
yes
verdict
or no?
one. We'll say that one. Do that one first. Is he being honest? I don't know if I can come out with a verdict yet. I think I need to see more.
Do you believe him?
So far, yes.
For what you have now.
Yes.
Evidence.
So far, yeah. I am skeptical, but I'm skeptical of everybody. But I am leaning towards yes. I'm believing him.
For me, I want it to be true, but I know it's not.
Yeah. To me, there's not enough to believe him.
It's just not enough.
As of right now.
Okay. Second verdict. Do you think that we are in possession of spacecraft of non-human origin and the bodies? I think yes.
I think that if we do have alien spacecraft, they are not manned.
Yeah.
I think that any alien race that would send anything here would know that we were a violent, idiot race that would fire upon anything that we could fire upon, and we would try to kill them. I think an observe and report drone is about all you're going to get from an alien civilization. So if anything, we have downed alien drones.
I agree. I think we would be more likely to have crafts, but I don't think we would have bodies.
Correct. Yeah, that's where I live.
But I think we all agree there's at least craft.
Oh yeah, I think there is.
For sure. I mean, there's video evidence of craft. There's no way that we don't have something. I just don't think that we have actual aliens yet.
And I agree with Justin because I mean, if you think about the Battle of Los Angeles, I mean, think about that. That was just a fucking war zone, and
then two, if you think about
UFOs.
if they're intelligent beings, that means they have government, they have hierarchy,
maybe.
And if there are bodies here and we're holding them,
may be a hive mind.
But what I'm saying is if they know that there's bodies here and we have them, we're not at war with any. As far as we know, we're not at war with any intergalactic people. You know what I mean?
I will say that there's so much unknown in this area that
all we can say is this is all speculation.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying there's so many different things that you hear and so many of them don't correlate with one another. It's really hard to find any kind of definitive proof.
So
yeah.
The verdict is essentially, as much as we want it to be true, we can't say that it's true.
Right.
And that's been Joe's Conspiracy Corner.
I will say we have to. I'm interested to see what does come of this, though.
Yeah, I mean, we'll follow it. Now, we can watch the one that Cody sent to the Discord because it's shorter.
Did you already watch it?
I know which one. I know what it is because I sent it to the group chat a while back.
What did you put it in?
In the funny. It's at the very bottom. The funny.
Oh, the funny. Okay, I didn't.
This is actually pretty comical. Not gonna lie.
He said
it opened in Firefox. You gotta copy the link.
Go ahead and just get out of that.
You can just put it over there.
Well, I know.
So, though, verdict on Joe's Conspiracy Corner this week.
Me.
Whatever.
I mean, I will say that the first part of that was actually pretty
No.
interesting.
You need to open it in Edge. It opened in Firefox.
The shooting star and all that. Yeah,
the first part, yes. The second part,
I thought it was definitely intriguing for sure.
I think the explosion sound was.
I think that's the most compelling part of the whole thing.
I think that was just whatever it was falling out of the sky, breaking the sound barrier.
Hear that crap.
There's like a.
What got me
look, if you go up here, you can't.
What got me was when they were talking about he was trying to get behind the piece of equipment. Right. It's just a naked crack kid trying to do some landscaping in the middle of the night.
I might have to fucking restart this over. That's the only thing I hate about reels and shorts and shit. You can't restart them. All right.
And courtesy of Cody.
All right, Christine. Courtesy of your boy Cody.
Here's the funny.
America, it would be a real shame if somebody got in your way. Oh no, let me just avert my course. You snuck up on me. I definitely didn't see you coming from the far side of the horizon. Excuse me, China? If you could just stop imprisoning thousands of people in the name of quarantine and have a conversation with me here for a few minutes, that'd be much appreciated. What do you want? So last week it was a J-16 that wanted to buzz one of my planes, and now you want to play bumper boats? What the fuck is the deal? You cross into my territory. You give all your weapons to Ukraine. You are weak. Okay, number one, those are international skies and waters and will be respected as such, so keep that in mind. And number two, I've given about 5% of my fire's capability, and it's currently holding the second best army in Ukraine at bay right now. I still have plenty of find out left. And yet, you do nothing. Remember, the only reason you got that close is because we decided you weren't a threat before you knew we were here. He's all talk, like I wasn't a threat to your drone in the Black Sea. You crashed a $25 million jet into my $14 million drone. That's your flex? Yeah, we decided you weren't a threat. You decided you were incompetent. Anyways, China, keep your shit away from my shit in international waters. Oh, what? Or... I fucking love Chinese. Oh, sorry, America. It would be a real shame if...
Fucking F-22, baby.
I fucking love Chinese.
I think the funniest thing about that is, like, people are so scared of the F-22, even from, around the world, and they should be, and it's, like, super old technology.
And it's got 0 air-to-air kills.
Yeah. But they still should be afraid of it, I will say. Because you can't see it. It's like the size of... It has a radar cross-section the size of a housefly.
Yeah. It's hilarious.
Which also is the same cross-section as the B-22 Raider.
Yep.
Which is terrifying.
So, not sure about show next week.
I do a gameplay.
What's up? But I thought we were going to do another funny too.
No, we're out of time. It's already 11:07.
Out of time.
Out of time.
All right.
We'll
do
that
really
funny next week.
I really like The President Plays God.
Yeah, I do too. But alas, we're out of time. So again, if you've been watching and you enjoyed the content, make sure you leave us a comment.
Like, share, subscribe.
Like, share us with a friend. Subscribe, smash that bell icon. And you'll always be notified when your favorite podcasters, Embers of Liberty, when they go live.
You can send nudes.
No, don't send nudes.
What the fuck?
Don't send nudes.
All right, you know what? Now if you don't, I get it.
Yeah. Don't. No.
That's funny.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Please
don't do that.
Probes, we're talking to you. Don't do that.
Well, I mean, Christine do be having the hots for Cody.
You can send them to Cody. He on Facebook.
Just don't send them to us.
Yeah.
But that's going to wrap it up for this week. And
hold on, we got to finish telling what we might plan to do for next week.
Oh yeah, that's right. So we may just do like a hangout stream where we just hang out and
we might be playing some video games.
Some video games and just talking shit to each other and chatting with you guys. It'd be a good time. I don't know who's, so I could probably stream on my Twitch channel. Joe could stream on the Embers of Liberty channel and be bad at video games. And we'll just tag everybody and have a good time. You can bounce back and forth between who you're watching play and all that good stuff. Hell, I mean, we may just Discord in and put all of our gameplay in the Discord server and screen cap the Discord server.
Yeah.
I mean, that would work too,
Yeah.
So, but I mean, we'll figure it out this week. With it being Father's Day on Sunday, I kind of don't want to be here until 11 o'clock at night, the night before Father's Day, and not get home until midnight, and then have to get up and come see my dad and go see Kate's dad and all that other shit. I just don't want to do it.
I'm here for it.
So, a good little hangout session stream would be welcome. It's a good change of pace, I think.
Yeah,
so.
And feel free to join us if you are curious to, game with us. Just send a message to the.
If you want to game with us, you can just leave a comment with your whatever system you're running on.
Your Discord tag or
we
whatever.
all play on PC, so you'd be playing crossplay if you're on console, but
depending on what we're playing.
Yeah, depending on what we're playing, if we can,
we don't even know what we're gonna play yet.
If we can house extra people, we'll house extra people. If not, then you can just watch and hang out with us.
Chat, ask questions.
Yep. So, but with that said, we will. I'll post a short video later this week. Probably, I'll just go live and post a little short video and say, "Hey, this is what we're doing. Feel free to join us. If not, cool."
But I would also not don't want to come out here and stuff because I might potentially be going to that reunion and everything.
Yep.
So.
Yep. So, but with that, friends, we told you things were going to get worse.
But aliens are here now.
And they're getting worse. And I'm Justin.
I'm Joe.
I'm Lonnie.
Tally ho, lads.